All right, everybody, welcome out to the Lager Room, guys. Craft Beer Show. It is Tuesday, September the 23rd, 2025. Jersey Johnny coming at you. With me, as always, is none other than Mr. Beer Samurai. Say hello, Mr. Samurai.
The song stopped.
I did.
I was bopping. I was really getting into it this time.
Hey, Harry Lugnuts does sing a good song.
He does.
He does.
One of these days I'll hear the whole thing.
Have you heard the new intro to the?
I haven't.
To
your sports podcast.
The sport podcast.
Just get on with it. Is it like? Please tell me it's like a Dave Matthews Jam, so people can go, will you get on with it?
No, it's actually Fish.
Oh, that's really Dave Matthews was never like a huge jam band until Garcia died. I think he's like, well, now I can take over.
Take over, yeah. No, it's another log song. It's called.
I figured it'd be another log song. It's on that show.
It's called Baklavai. Is the name of the song.
Baklavai. So it's some kind of interesting dessert pastry.
Well, you got to hear it. You'll just have to listen to the very beginning of the show tomorrow night, and then turn it off.
I got to remember that it's on. Usually after this show, my memory seems to fade
until the following Tuesday.
Well, no, normally to Friday night.
6:01, right? Exactly.
So we you know what's coming up.
I know what's coming up.
You know what's coming up, right?
What's coming up?
It is coming up. What is it? It's this Sunday.
This Sunday is Sunday. Is the date, not the day.
The date.
The date. It's our 5th anniversary.
Your 5th anniversary. I'm gonna do a shot in honor.
I didn't know you were doing a shot. I would have one set aside too, but
ooh,
here you go.
Like that.
There you go. Was that Malort?
No. It's this.
Apple cider vinegar.
Yeah.
Oh, you did a shot of apple cider vinegar. I would have done that.
Yeah, it's apple. I told you it was apple cider vinegar day.
No, I know. A happy apple cider vinegar day.
Yeah.
For those who celebrate. Happy National Apple Cider.
And frankly, this is to get my palate all warmed up for the delicious pumpkin beer.
You love this show every year.
No. I love to bitch during the show every year. That's my favorite part of the show is I get to complain.
We'll put these.
We're going to do the show every year.
We'll put these back up once we pull the guest on. But right now, it is our 5th annual pumpkin show and our 5th anniversary show, because the next show is actually after the anniversary. So we'll celebrate it. We celebrate it now. And we want to celebrate it with our guests that we have on the show tonight.
Yeah, it's because the guest on the show is a friend of ours. And it's not to say that the next one isn't a friend of ours. He's a friend to be. And we're still going to celebrate on that show anyway, just so we can milk the fuck out of it.
Well, we'll just say that technically is our first show of our 6th season. If you
there we go. That's how we can play it. That's how we can play it.
Season year.
You got to put a spin on everything.
Something like that.
You got to make everything important.
Speaking of that, now it is our pumpkin show, right? It is our annual pumpkin show, which you love so much, right? But there is another fruit. Well, is pumpkin a fruit or a vegetable? I don't know. But there is another fruit that is celebrated.
It is a gourd.
It's a gourd. There's another fruit that is celebrated this time of year too, almost as much as pumpkin spices. Not quite, obviously. Used to be much more.
Apples.
But not so much anymore. And it'll be apples. So today is actually National Great America. Oh no, never mind.
I was like, where the fuck are you going with this? You didn't read it. You typed it and never read it.
I did. No. I clicked it by mistake. I didn't want to click it.
Okay.
That's not where it was going. Although sometimes you do put some apples in those.
Yeah.
No. Occasionally.
Never.
No. Never. And try to get out of it.
People who are following the show know this is by far not the worst miscalculation, John.
No. But my hand was just resting on the mouse and just clicked the button by mistake. So, and you can't unclick it until it pops up. Anyway, so there is another fruit, and it's apples. Yes, you're right. It's apples, and apples are. There's been a lot more beers. We'll talk more about it with the guests, but there's been a lot more beers this year than ever before I've seen with apples in them this time of year, right, Sue?
I haven't really been in the beer stores too much this year. I've been traveling. I've been doing a lot of traveling. Just got back from San Francisco and Yosemite. Last show I was at.
Did you see Sam while you were out there?
I did not. I knew it would have been a rootin' and tootin' this time.
It
I've
would have
ever
been
had.
rootin' tootest time you ever had. It would have been.
No, we did not run into Sam. Everyone's like, Calagione? What's he talking about?
Yeah, half the people listen to podcasts are like,
Big bear.
"Who the hell is he talking about?"
He's a lot
Especially-
shorter.
Yeah, he lot shorter.
A little more
big red mustache. And when I say red, I mean
No,
red.
brick
Like
red.
brick red mustache. Yeah.
So no, I mean,
almost. It's almost like it's drawn on.
Almost.
Almost.
But
Anyway.
we had some good beer on the trip,
Especially
especially at Almanac.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. We talked about the beers you had at Almanac on the show last week
on the
while
show,
you were at Almanac.
and it's fantastic. And I do have the Mexican lager for you.
There you go. Awesome. He gave you one. That's awesome.
Yeah, so I brought back. I managed to fit a 4-pack in my bag.
Very nice.
And I was going to leave room for something else, which kind of fell through. We'll talk about that when the guest comes on the show.
Fair enough. All right. Just to put that back up for not misclicking it. Here we go.
Oh, this is correct clicking.
This is correct clicking. Happy National Great American Pot Pie Day.
There it
Okay.
is.
Now, had it been Great American Apple Pie Day, then it wouldn't have been a misclick. It would have just been It would have been a what's the word I'm looking for?
Correct your click.
Oh no, like an apropos, like it would have been a ubiquitous click. It would have been a ubiquitously
Ubiquitous everywhere.
ubiquitous
Ubiquitous
misclick.
means
Ubiquitous misclick.
I think it was for fortuitous.
Fortuitous misclick. There.
That's the word you're looking
That's
for.
the word I'm looking at. There you go.
John's having thesaurus problems today.
No, yeah, but you know what? We don't do math on the show. Let's not do English either. All right, let's just.
Oh no, I do grammar all the time, and we've got a punster coming on the show who is also.
I love it. I love it. So we'll leave the other day.
And the thing is,
because
while
he's a
we're-
big fan of these particular.
But while we're doing this, going back and forth on all this shit, you know that he's got like 3 puns already.
Of course he has.
From
Of course
our
he does.
conversation.
Well,
So
let's
this
get him on the show and get going with it. How do you?
Yes,
what
let's
you
do
say?
that.
All right, that's better. Please welcome to the show, Mr. John Stardomsky. How are you, sir?
It's gourd to be here.
He's had that for weeks.
He said that for weeks. There you go.
Yeah, I actually was getting a little bit worried. We started a little late tonight, and I thought maybe you guys had been raptured. You didn't mention that, but today was to be the rapture.
Uh-huh.
But they had to postpone it because apparently the test was too difficult. You had to be able to pronounce acetaminophen. So nobody got raptured.
Okay.
And then, we'll be here all week. Tip your bartenders. Try to
Yes.
bill. There you go. Anyway, so welcome to the show again, John. This is your. I'll look in a while.
This is
in
the
a minute.
5th pumpkin show, but the 4th time John's done it.
It's the 5th pumpkin show. The 4th time John. So I was just thinking. I think this is. I'll check it. This is not the 4th time he's been on the show.
No.
This is the 4th time he's been on the show this year. But
It's very possible.
overall, yeah.
Overalls? No, he's not wearing overalls.
He's not-
wearing
no,
a-
that's-
he's
those are
wearing a
underalls.
You can't really tell, can you? But yeah.
Underalls he might be wearing, but
17. This will be his 12th show.
you just looked.
Yeah, I've got it up.
You got it up there.
Yep.
You got well. It's good for you that you can still do that at this age.
Yep. Oh, and now I'll put in 12 there. Center it on the column. There we go. Good to go. We never did put Brian Boat's number on there, but
Yeah. So let's throw these comments up we got here really quick. Doug Smith just said happy anniversary. Thank you.
There it is. Okay.
Brian Boak says, cheers. I already started. Fat Elvis Imperial Stout with bacon, banana, and peanut butter.
Wow.
That's a good
12%.
beer. I like that beer.
That's a good beer. Don't drink pumpkin beers, he said. There you go.
Yeah, I agree. But we're
and,
gonna have to.
For this show, yes, absolutely. And then Chuck Aaron said, reminds me
Banquet.
of, 10 for $1 pot pies, full crust in the aluminum tin. Banquet. Yep, Banquet
Yep,
pot
those were
pies.
the banquets. Man, I remember those.
Those were the days.
Those were the days.
Those were working mom's best friend. Those things.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, after they took it out of the oven, gave it to you, you'd have to rush it to the hospital from the burns from the insides of it.
Yeah, really.
That stuff got to the consistency and temperature of lava.
I do make my own pot pie.
And the crust was still frozen somehow.
The crust was still the inside was molten. The tin actually was melted to some extent, but the crust still had frozen parts of it. Yeah. It's been a while since I had one of those. So,
there's a reason for that. You got a job and started making money.
Oh, that's right. I knew something was in there with that.
Something happened.
Something happened. There you go. So, hey, I'm thirsty. Let's open some beers and get started with this
Okay.
fun fest. Mr. Stardumsky, what are you drinking first, sir?
Let's see. We have.
What do you got going there?
I recognize that bottle.
Uh-huh.
We have a Saranac Pumpkin Ale.
Saranac Pumpkin Ale. There you go.
Longtime favorite.
Yes. And it's funny because the only way I saw it appear was actually in cans.
Oh, interesting. Well, you know where I
No,
got
that's not true. I did see it in bottles. Do you got it from Halftime?
Yeah.
Yep.
We do occasionally see Saranac, but we don't get the Christmas packs. I never see the pumpkin. It's been probably a good 10 years since I've seen the pumpkin beer here in Georgia.
Nice. Well, fun fact, 2 weeks from tonight, Saranac will actually be on the show.
Oh, that's interesting.
Fun.
Saranac, and it's a dual brewery because Saranac now owns Flying Dog. They're like, I'm assuming. Well, we'll get the whole scoop from the gentleman tonight.
Is Saranac's artwork changing?
No. Saranac is staying the same. Flying Dog staying the same. Saranac brews Flying Dog now. It all comes out of Matt Brewing up in Utica. So
FX Matt, right? But they did a lot of contract. I mean, I think they actually contract brewed Flying Dog for a while before they bought the brand, right?
I believe they did. Yeah, I believe they did. But I mean, they're still, as far as I know, they're still brewing some Brooklyn beers too up there.
And they brew the mass market for Lake Placid Brew Pub.
There you go.
The Ubu that you get in,
the Ubu
in bottles
that the Ubu that you do so well.
That comes from Saranac.
There you go.
So I've got a classic.
Rosemary's Baby. Of course, you're frozen again for me, so I have to look in the little avatar.
So John's not going to really see. I told John at the top before the show began that I was going to launch a little anti-pumpkin beer protest. So I am refusing to drink out of, because Starodumsky always drinks out of proper glassware. He's known for three things: puns, proper glassware, and liking pumpkin ales. and Taco Mac.
And Taco Mac.
Seasonal ales. We'll just say seasonal ales.
Seasonal.
So this is going to be my little protest: is I'm not drinking anything out of proper glassware. So Rosemary's Baby, I'm drinking out of the Airborne helmet cup. And it's just going to get worse from here, trust me.
I'm sure it will.
I may need to fix that for you then. More on that later.
Just want to make sure that you were alive and you're not frozen on. Oh, I could actually do that. No, you're good. Thank you. Good.
I may have to take a shot of a cider vinegar for every beer.
Scared me for a second there.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was going to be something else. But
I may have to take a what?
Actually, drinking all this cider, I may have to.
Yeah. Fair enough.
My bio break may not just be liquid. Well,
exactly.
No. Vinegar. Yeah.
All right, it's going down a really dark path. Oh, did I say that? All right. So for my beer, I'm starting with a lager. Yes.
And I know what brewery it's from because I could see the can as you're taking your obligatory picture.
A pumpkin lager right there, pumpkin crop from Jack's Abbey right there. So a pumpkin spice lager. There you go. So there you go. That's my first one.
Not too far from this brewery.
There you go.
About an hour.
I put it in. I figured let me put in a lager.
That kind of looks like a pumpkin.
There you go. A little bit. So there.
How long have they done that? I've never seen that one before.
I think this is you know what? I don't think they did it this year. This is last year.
Okay.
This is last year. And I believe they did it the year before as well. So, yeah, 2 or 3 years they did it. I don't believe they did it this year, though. They did. They did Copper Legend.
Of course, yes.
But they did another. They did a couple. They did, I think they did 3 Oktoberfest beers. But they didn't do, I don't think they did the pumpkin. But anyway, cheers. I got to take a sip of this. Smell from here. It smells, for a year old, it smells fantastic.
Cheers.
Oh, it's really nice. Oh, really nice.
Pumpkin beer is usually the spice. It's the same. Is true of holiday ales. Anything with spice in it, the spices preserve it. And in my experience, they usually hold up.
Especially the astringent ones, right? Your cloves are going to really help
Nutmeg.
In the Indian culture, they use cloves for their teeth, to help
Preserving
preserve their
it.
teeth, actually. So it's an astringent, it's an antibacterial. So yeah, that makes all the sense in the world.
There you go. And also another fun fact: this is the only 16-ounce can I'm having on the show tonight too. So the rest are 12-ounce bottles.
I've got a 12-ounce can and 3 12-ounce bottles. So
There you go.
try to keep it light at 8.6.
This is very, very good.
And a pint.
This is very good. All right, gentlemen. What I started to talk about before, by the way, once again, let me just throw that up there. This is indeed our 5th annual Pumpkin Beer Show. Thank you, John, for joining us yet again on another edition of our Pumpkin Beer Show. And it is, again, our 5th anniversary show.
And it's early this year, the Pumpkin Show.
It is early. We usually do
it in
it
October.
We usually do it the first show in October. So
we've done it as late as like the 20th, something like the 20th or something.
I believe 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, I think in the second or the third we did it like later in October. In October. But yeah, this is perfect timing for this show. Works out well.
Because they're all out.
Roll out. Let's grab them now. I'm drinking. I'm drinking.
We're not.
I have possibly 5, but I'm definitely drinking 4 tonight. 2 of them are last year's, and 2 of them are fresh from this year. So.
I got one that's 2 years old.
And then
this has lost nothing in 2 years.
If I get to beer 5 for whatever reason, that one is 3 years old. So
I got one that's 1-year-old, one that's from this year, and I think I got another one that's my 4th one is 4 years old.
I think I've hung on to the Rosemarys a couple of years, to your point, and it always has.
Yeah, they hold up
well. But everything I have tonight is from this year. So actually, this year I don't have any that are aged.
I do have downstairs. I have a can of Rosemary's Spawn.
Oh.
It's Rosemary's Baby finished with maple and pecans.
Somebody mentioned that last year, didn't they, on the show? I believe one of your viewers did, or maybe it was John. Yeah.
Oh,
last week? Oh, yeah, the show. Yeah, I think I did. But it was good. It was solid. It wasn't what I expected. The maple and the pecans were not over the top. They were there. So it was Rosemary's Baby with a little extra, and they didn't. You could taste them separately. They didn't work. It wasn't bad. It was actually very tasty. The beer was very tasty. I will say that. But it wasn't what I thought it would be. It wasn't, like all the talk with John having the one beer that I won't say right now because it's one of Dave's 3-4 beers tonight. But saying how much of a bomb that beer was. And, one of my beers tonight is the same. Dave and I are having one beer similar tonight, possibly 2, depending on what I have if I have my 5th one. But that one is a bomb too. So I'll just say it's the Pumpkins and the Warlocks, right? The maple, it was a bomb. And then the caramel pumpkin.
When he says bomb, he's not talking that it sucked.
No, it's a maple
big
bomb.
Beer.
It's a caramel. It's a big beer. It's the flavors are big, flavorful beer. Yeah. And then the problem with that one, or I shouldn't say a problem. This was very, very subtle. The maple was subtle, the pecans were subtle, and it actually made the Rosemary's Baby a little bit more subtle in it. The pumpkin ale itself.
Pecan can be tough to pull off in a beer anyway. I think if you start to add in things like maple, and then there's the Rosemary's has pretty robust flavor to begin with.
Yep.
It kind of gets occluded, I think. I've never had it, so I don't know, but I've had other beers with pecan that were myths and some that were a hit. A beat of pecan.
Well, the biggest
a beat of pecan harvest is a fantastic beer. I love it. They get that.
The brewery in Houston makes a really good pumpkin, a pecan as well. The problem with pecans are
is that the
312 or something like that?
302, yeah.
It's whatever the area.
I actually think I have a can of that.
Yeah, those are very good. But
the pecan brown ale is very good.
The problem with the nut meats are the oils. Mm-hmm. The oils can do a lot to the yeast flocculation or whatever. It changes the pH of the beer, of course, which could change all of the chemistry in the beer.
Yeah, it's the same reason why a lot of peanut butter beers don't taste like peanut butter.
This is true.
That's why you got. That's why you got.
Because-
That's why you got to use the powder. The powder.
Yeah.
The powder is the
You
only-
got to use the powder. The powder takes the oils out of it. Absolutely.
What is it? P2 or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Doug Smith just commented. He said, "When have you not made it to Beer 5 with Brew Guru on the show?" So he's not wrong.
We have only not made it to beer 5 when we made it to beer 6.
This is true.
Oh, this is.
He's not wrong.
This
He's
is
not
holy
wrong.
holy hand grenade logic, right here.
Yes.
Holy hand grenade logic.
Thou shalt not go to 3 unless then proceeding on to 5.
Exactly.
7 is right.
It's right out.
It's out. It's out.
No, right out.
Right out.
John quoted it probably. It is right out.
It's right out. Right. So I mentioned apples before. We mentioned Flying Dog before. We'll talk more about this in 2 weeks when Eric from Flying Dog and Saranac is on the show. But they didn't do Dogtoberfest this year. Flying Dog did not do Dogtoberfest this year,
Really?
and it's a staple, right?
Yeah.
But they did do apple pie face.
Okay.
So that was the SKU that replaced their Oktoberfest offering. And I had it the other day, and it quite frankly is apple pie in a glass.
Okay.
Yeah, it is apple pie in a glass. It's interesting. I probably couldn't have more than one. But it's spot on. It's a Southern tier worthy effort for the flavor. I'll give it that. All right. So that's
On
where
the
we're at
sweet
with that.
side? Is that why?
On the sweet side, yeah, it's leaning towards the sweet side, but it's definitely got all the. I mean, you take a sip of it, you got the apples, you got the cinnamon, you got the pie crust, you got the there's a little bit of vanilla in there. It's for the mouthfeel. There's no lactose in it, so the vanilla is acting as the lactose, so to speak. Which I like anyway. I like doing that better anyway. I like adding fresh Madagascar vanilla beans and have that vanilla flavor, give you the mouthfeel and the sweetness, and sans any lactose. I enjoy that better. I do. Lactose has its place, and that's fine. But I prefer it the other way. But in any event, so I have seen, and there's a couple others that I saw. But the reason that I brought it up, and I kind of said it tongue in cheek before, apples this year in beer.
Okay.
Not that we talk about them on the show, and we try to avoid talking about them on the show, but because of what they did, I have to bring it up.
Who did you what now?
AB and Bev. All right.
Damn. That's right.
Right. Bush. They did, like last year. They did Bush Light Peach, if you remember.
Okay.
Well, they did Bush Light Apple this year. All right. And they went out of their way and they hired a bunch of influencers and they went on TikTok and they put up a bunch of these, reviews and everything else for this beer. I never had it. I refused to in any event.
Of course.
But these 30 packs of this Bush Light Apple were flying out the door. People were literally driving from Pennsylvania to New Jersey to buy it because it wasn't available in Pennsylvania.
Well,
and then vice versa.
It's got nothing
Right.
to do with the beer. It has to do with the influences.
The influencers, right? No, absolutely, 100%, right? But here's the best part. They did all this marketing, right? Once they realized how much of a hit they had on their hands because of the social media, they decided to stop production. Let's not make any more of it. Let's let the demand really build until next year. What fucking moron does that?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's not like you're West Flatiron. Okay.
Unbelievable. I just felt the need to give them the Razzie of the year award. Brian Bogue just said, love the bean. He said, absolutely. Yeah, as we know this. So.
my opinion of social media influencers could probably not go much lower than it is lately. I am so tired of getting feeds on Facebook of people doing food reviews in their cars. Not because they go to a restaurant and okay, so they don't want to get the food to get cold. They can't do it in the restaurant, but now they're cooking stuff at home and taking it out to their cars and reviewing it. It's like,
right.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
No,
It's
And the one thing, because Carrie watches a lot of the cooking reels and all that. There's one trend now that's really starting to get annoying. When I first saw it, it was refreshing, but when you get, regardless of their background, dressing like absolute thugs, firmly abusing the people on the other side and cursing through the whole thing, but making great food, drop the shtick.
Yeah.
Now, on the other hand, I hate those. Like, okay, so we're going to use very nice green beans here. They're so lovely. These are good for your souls. Oh God, shoot me on those as well. Just cook. Just cook. Tell me how to do it. That's all. That's all I need. I don't need all the cursing and gangsta shit, and I also don't need the lovey-dovey, touchy-feely kumbaya crap either. So there's got to be a happy medium in there, and hopefully her crystal ball's working.
Everybody wants a gimmick to put them at the head of the pack, but
No, you're not wrong.
Well, the thing is it's a trend now. So the first time, like I said, when they were doing this, like, okay, that's funny, that's a cool gimmick, but now everyone's following because no one has an original thought of their own anymore. So
That was good.
number one down, huh, John?
Number one down. That was really good. So it's number one down. Number one's down for
So I finished my helmet.
Finish your helmet?
The helmet has been finished. Yes, should move on to my next inappropriate glassware.
Move on to your next inappropriate glassware, your next inappropriate beer, as you would have it. So
Yeah, well, there's that too. That's why. So I'm thinking the non-proper cancels out.
So what are you going with second?
So my second one is it's from the aforementioned Southern Tier, and it is caramel pumpkin. I had this in the show last year, so this is the one that's a year old. And of course, I'm drinking it out of a coupe.
A coupe.
Because a coupe. So this is what you should drink. I think you should drink these beers out of our coupes. And it makes me feel fancy while I'm drinking it.
Well, should
I have a pinky? I should have a pinky out while I do this.
No, I can't. Yeah, you should actually drink with a pinky. I have to go to this beer next. I'm sorry, I have to. So
you go to that one next. But I know that the top of that bottle too.
Yeah, you do.
Because this is a classic.
100% classic. I love this beer. This is probably my. Let's put it this way. Our top three list is different. It's the first time on this particular show we're not doing a top three favorite pumpkin beers.
Because we've done it 4 years in a fucking row, and it's not going to change. Unless someone comes out with something new that is just absolutely spectacular and knocks something off one of our lists, which I don't think is ever going to happen.
True story.
It's never going to change.
True story.
Oh,
this is one of the new ones. This is this year's. It's not.
If you have any of these left, drink it now. The caramel has faded to nuts.
Oh, I have some from last year, so I think I have to do that. I think I have 2 bottles left.
It's starting to taste like walnut.
Well, I'm fine with that though.
Which is fine, but I'm afraid where it's going to go next.
Well, I do have. Well, for all intents and purposes, that is
intensive purpose.
That is one of the beers I'm drinking tonight, but I had to have this one next.
Okay, so let me know what you feel about.
So I'll let you, and it is last year's. This is this year's. The other one I'm having is this year's. So we'll get to them. John, what are you drinking before I show mine?
Well, I have to.
If you show me yours, I'll show you mine.
There you go, Rosemary's Baby. There you go.
And I got my.
Oh no, hold on.
Yes.
You're hold the can up again.
It's Yarm.
Yarm
as Bob Sore.
Siram Ebab's Ebab. There you go.
From Dower Out.
I think you're calling forth Beelzebub, if I'm not mistaken.
Folks listening to us on the audio podcast, John's camera's backwards, so we're reading Rosemary's Baby backwards.
John, I really think that calling Beelzebub, I think that occurred last November.
Oh, it did?
Stop it. You know what we don't.
Yes.
We don't want to bring the show down to a different.
You know I'm not going to argue with you on that.
At any rate.
On that note, I will be drinking for my second beer. This one of my top 3 of all time pumpkin beers right here.
And that would be a
Whole Hog Pumpkin. Can you see it?
I can see it. Now, I'm glad you're drinking that because that's one of the old timers. That's one of the kind of an OG. So, as mentioned earlier, I was out in California.
Yep.
And we were in Yosemite. We had to come back to San Fran to fly out. We flew into and out of SFO. And on the way back, realized that Hayward, California was on the route.
Okay.
So we stopped here. Can you see that, John?
Yeah, the original pumpkin ale.
Oh, I can't see anything, Dave. So
It is Buffalo Bills Microbrewery.
You stopped at Buffalo Bills, did you?
Stopped at Buffalo Bills, thinking, they'll have the pumpkin beer out and I can bring it to the show and be like, ooh. But the one thing I will give them, they are the progenitors of the reprogenitors of the pumpkin ale. They feel it's too early. And it's not coming out for another couple of weeks. So kudos to them that they started it and they have not given into seasonal creep. They still have their summer ale on. As we were told, fall's around the corner, but it's not here yet. And
good for them.
And
kudos to them.
They don't release their pumpkin ale until October.
Very nice.
So on one hand, I was kind of happy that I didn't have to drink a pumpkin ale on the road.
Dave, do me a favor, continue this conversation. I'm going to bounce out and in again so I can actually see you guys because now John's frozen too. And so am I.
But the one thing I did have while I was there was another one of their classic, and that's this one, Mr. Starodumsky. You, I think you're familiar.
Oh yes.
So I had a Taz while I was there. This is Tasmania Devil, not Tasmania Devil.
And what's the other one, the bitter, bitterest beer in America.
Hey, I can see you guys again. That's great.
There we go.
For 5 minutes.
So Haystack's another one of their classics.
Yes.
Because I did have the
Alimony Ale. That's the one I'm thinking.
Alimony. That's
Alimony.
Right,
Yep.
Alimony. So I did take. There's Billy Bach back there on the wall. So they're banners that they have up there.
Very nice.
And the thing is, when you look at the building now, it's very modern. It's a little on the upscale side. It's the same exact location it was. They closed down completely, and they were going to close for good, but they were saved by a local investor. Completely redid the building before they opened, but it looks like the food counter, the food window, and they have the original menu board over top of it. I think it's the original food window. And you can tell because they still had Anchor Steam on there, and it was $2.50 a pint.
$2.50 a pint.
Not that they're selling it for that. This is just for display only.
Oh, the display only. I was going to say. Also, if they had Anchor Steam on, it's at least 2 years old now, 2.5 years old.
Yeah,
that's a lot of pumpkin beer yet, though, because that's probably. Obviously that's their signature beer, but
they don't rest their laurels.
A favorite of mine, and of course you don't see it anymore. But I know Doug and I were at the Old Wyndham Brewery in Connecticut. And they happened to be. We went there because it was Frog and Hound.
Okay.
We really liked that beer, pub ale, and we went to the brewery, and lo and behold, they were contract brewing pumpkin ale for Buffalo Bills at the time.
Really?
Yep. And it was in the fermenters when we were.
Oh, wow.
We were there.
So that's what they meant when they said it's not here yet.
yeah, could be. This was many moons ago. No, it was, but a fond memory. Yeah.
I give them credit for not allowing the seasonal creep. So
I give them credit for that. Kudos for that.
Yeah, but because what I wanted to do is that's like I said, I was able to bring back the whole 4-pack from Almanac, which awesome. We didn't have a lot of room left in our in our luggage, but if I had gotten a hand on the 4-pack of the pumpkin, I would have probably brought the 4-pack back and maybe mailed one out to Mr. Brew Guru. And gotten one for John. It wouldn't have been in time for the show, mind you. I only got back on Saturday night, that is.
Yeah, I remember you sending in the beer talk there. You sent a picture from the.
Yeah, that was my aim for stopping there. That was my aim for stopping there, but it didn't. As Carrie put it, thankfully didn't pan out.
Well, you could have.
It thankfully didn't pan out.
Called home that you were going to be out there a few weeks longer than you had anticipated.
There was still a lot of things we had to do, and the day full day we were in Yosemite, it did rain. So that put
What was that?
it put a kibosh on a
It
lot
put
of
a, put a damper on things.
Yes, but that's not even a pun because that's where it comes from. That's the etymology of the word.
Well, sometimes a good pun is from the etymology of a word too. So
Sometimes.
sometimes,
true.
yeah. Whatchamacallit? So yeah, kudos to that. I just want to throw this up because Brian Boak did put up regarding the Busch Light apple thing before. He says they know apple crap beer would fall flat on its face and die a quick death. They got out quick. I mean,
I
you know what?
disagree.
You know what? I understand what he's saying, but they didn't though. They literally said, because I spoke with reps. This isn't me just assuming what they did. The reps said, direct came down the chain from AB InBev, said they have the buyers at bay. They want this to be even as viral as this has gone. They want it to be the demand to be even greater. So they're just going to stop production, let everybody seek out whatever they can, wherever they can get it of what's available now, and then next year come back with a vengeance and sell 3 times, 4 times the amount.
But the other reason I disagree with that is I think Brian's underestimating the cheapness of the internet and how people will just follow and do whatever the influencers that they follow
100%.
say.
Yeah, I know.
And what
I follow that guy, and what he tells me to do, I do.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, so I have to wipe my ass with pine cones. Fine, I'm gonna go get some pine cones. But the other thing that they're missing is that these influencers are flashes in the pan, which means next year this whole craze and those influencers will more than likely be completely out of style, and they have lost potential money, and they're gonna overbrew next year. And then it's going to fall flat on its face.
Then let it happen. Let it happen.
Let them lose that money because they're.
I want to say that beer has been around in the past, though. I don't think this is the first year for Busch.
This is the first year.
Busch Light, the first light for Busch Light. They made it in the past. The year before they made Busch Light Peach.
Maybe this is the first year that they had it promoted, but
maybe.
I want to say I've seen it before.
It's possible, I suppose. But I will tell you this, though. As far as influencers go, I think we should actually, put a petition out and see what we can do. I think that we should really find a way for, like, at some point, just a month, just give us a month. The top 3 influencers when it comes to craft beer should be the 3 of us.
Yes. Well, I mean, that goes without saying. Right?
Yeah, it isn't.
Most people they take this as
wow. That's news to me. Well, why do we do this then if we're not the
Well, we're the bottom 3 influencers. How's that? Well, Dave and I are the bottom 2 influencers. John's above us.
We know John's up there. We know Rod's above. Rod's
above us. So yeah. Well, now let's get everybody. The 3 of us: Doug, Rod, Tom.
The Steal This Beer show.
Party, Steal This Beer. Well,
we know they're way above us.
Well, I mean, we can't even reach their shoes. I mean,
yeah,
I mean that with all the love in my heart too.
I can't see the treads.
Exactly. So, but in any event, yeah, just the 3 of us. Just give us a month. Give us a month, and we'll make this whole.
We'll fix what's right. No, we'll fix what's wrong.
We'll fix what's wrong. No, we'll fix what's right.
We'll probably ruin what's right.
On that note, anybody watching, two of the 3 of us were drinking Rosemary's Baby tonight, so you better get out there and buy yourself some.
Exactly.
Yes, absolutely.
It's recommended.
There might not be that much left because we're all drinking it.
That's right.
Exactly. So.
Except I'm not drinking any this year, so there's.
Yeah. But no, this beer, and if I have to say it again, I will. Get out there and buy this. And I'm not even kidding. This isn't even a joke. I'm not joking. Of all of the beers all of us are drinking on the show tonight, there's a reason. Look, we enjoy craft beer. We love craft beer. We've been doing this a long time. All of us are. We know what tastes good. Dave can't stand pumpkin beers, and he's drinking what he loves. Okay, of them. All right. So, on that note, you should listen to him more than anybody.
I'm drinking what I can find.
But that too. Well, there's that too. Okay.
Or what's left over in
necessity is the mother of invention. Is that how it goes?
And I'll say too, a lot of the influencers I think today are like they're the very reason that we started honest craft beer reviews because a lot of them get comp stuff and they're not telling you that it's.
That's why they're doing
it. It's not because it's a great product. It's because they got it for nothing and they want the next thing for nothing. And they know that
And they're
But-
going to talk it up. And the
Look.
thing is, I've seen it all over the place where just so that they get the likes, they get the views, or even the viewership, because not for nothing, I do love Guy Fieri, but I've been to some of the places on Triple D, Diners, Drives, and Drive-In.
Mhm.
He's talking them up, and some of these things are really not that good. But they're on the show, so we've got to talk them up, and that's this whole thing. You rub my back, I'll rub your back.
No, it's 100%. You're 100% right. One hand washes the other. When I was doing Crucial Eats, I was, I went out to restaurants. I had food given to me. Because I did beer, and I had beer sent to me. I never gave a review that it wasn't, and I pissed people off too.
We gave you free food. Why'd you shit on
I
us?
never gave a review that I wasn't honest about. Okay. And I never gave a really shitty review. I gave a meh review. I gave it's okay, or this could be better, or constructive criticism, if you will. But I didn't give the A+ reviews, except for the things that I thought were A+.
Yeah.
And people came back to me and says, "Dude, I gave you beer. Why didn't you give me a good review?" Because I didn't like the beer.
Because it's called payola, and that's illegal.
There's a reason I'm not doing that website anymore, right? Because that's where it went. So, right, spot on what you're saying, John. Honest craft beer reviews, I love it. And I haven't reviewed a beer, whether it's been on this website, whether it's been on Lager Room, whether it's been anywhere else. It's got to be more than. I mean, I was doing Crucial Eats 15 years ago, 10 years, 12, 14 years ago. Since then I haven't done a review of beer that I didn't purchase the beer myself. So I've done no reviews of beer that I didn't spend the money on.
There are very few reviews on brewguru.com, gurubrew.com that I didn't pay for. Almost everything I pay for. The few that I received, I will always tell somebody, I will tell you, and I make a donation, which was actually Doug's idea, to charity. Right. In commensurate value, because that takes away the incentive to go after the freebies. And by the way, the gurubrew.com is the only place you can go to get beers that are rated on a 5-star Adamski scale.
Only place. The thing is, if you want the expanded version of this conversation, go to our July 22nd show. After we were already 3 beers in, we just pounded this topic into the ground.
We did. We pounded this topic into the ground. 100% did. So there's, like I said, there's a reason I'm doing it. I'd love to bring that back, and do it the right way now. I can't say the right way.
It's hard to do it the right way now. But Brian Book had a comment.
Let me throw that up.
He agrees with John that this apple beer was done in the past.
Yeah, he says they made that apple stuff. I didn't see it, but then again, I really wasn't looking for it either. So it could have been around. I just know what happened. I just know what happened this year with it.
I don't look in those case lines.
Right.
Yeah,
it's in a different section of the store, so I don't know where it is.
Yeah, my case line usually stops at Guinness, and it's like, okay, we're love Guinness. Oh, I had a great pint of Guinness in
Dublin,
San Francisco. As a matter of fact, the Dublin, the Irish Bank. Our hotel was right around the corner from it, and I was in a bar called the Fancy Fox. No, it wasn't.
You went to the Fancy Fox.
Oh, they had great beer there, but the bartender, Barry.
Good name for a bartender.
She's like, that's a really strange name. I said, well, if you pronounce Barry with an Irish accent, it's Barry.
Barry.
He was from Ireland, and he told me that the place had a good pint. I'm like Irish good or American good? He goes, no, almost Irish good.
Pronounce the girl's name, Siobhan, the way it's spelt in
Siobhan?
Celtic.
Siobhan.
Siobhan.
Siobhan. S-I-O-B-H-A-N.
Han.
B-H-A-N. S-I-O-B-H-A-N.
Siobhan, yeah.
But
how they get Siobhan out of that, I don't know. But then again,
I don't. Not to be confused with the Autobahn, because you'll get run over if you do that.
Run right over.
Yeah.
But I did make it to the Irish Bank. I had 2 pints, and at the end of it, you needed a spoon.
Really?
Yeah, it was. I mean, this was a luscious, and the owners
I
are
love a
Irish.
good luscious beer.
Owners were Irish, so they keep it at the right temperature. They've got the nitro setting at the perfect thing, and it is
Nice.
a beautiful pour.
And it's
So-
quite apropos because we got enough lushes on this show anyway.
This is very true. You're not wrong.
It's a very luscious show. Yes.
very lush-filled show. Yes. Side note: I was playing trivia last week. Not that I hosted. I was actually just playing trivia.
Oh, okay.
Stopped at a bar. And there was there was one team that their team name, and you know how these team names, right, are interesting. Some can be interesting, right? This particular team was pretty funny. It says, "You must be Irish because my penis is Dublin."
Oh, that's nice.
There you go.
And it's still, because you're Irish, it's still only 4 inches.
I didn't say that, folks.
I'm part Irish, so I
Came
can
from
get
him. So am I, but that came from him. And I'm pointing to Dave. Anyway, so are you opening your third there?
I've got my third.
All right. John, you're still working on your second?
Yeah. But
I'm just about finished with mine. Remember, buy this. Get this. Whole Hog. Stevens
Whole Hog.
Point Whole Hog Pumpkin Ale. It is fucking tastic. That's my review. That's my tagline for this beer.
one of my top 3 as well. And
get that and a bag of chips.
Yeah, and a bag of chips.
A whole hog and a bag of chips.
Yeah, John, what?
I haven't seen it this year, but
I can sing you some.
one of my top 3 for sure.
I saw it this year. And instead of getting that, I got this.
You got that, and that you got that. Well, not that you wouldn't have gotten it anyway, but you got that at the after the review, I should say, of somebody else on the show.
Yes, who said it was very, very good. So this up here is Maple Warlock. This is a Imperial Pumpkin Stout. I'm drinking it, of course, out of a cocktail shaker.
Have you had it before? Had it before? No. This is the first bottle.
Yeah, I got 3 more, but I told you it gets
out of a cocktail shaker.
I told you it gets worse.
Please tell me you're going to drink the next beer out of one of those little bathroom paper Dixie cups that you put mouthwash.
You know what? The maple's very reserved in it.
Really?
And well, wait a second. No, it's got to wash out the caramel first. Hold on, give it a little bit.
Yeah, it was a maple bomb.
Yeah. Not only that, he's drinking it out of stainless steel too. So.
Well, the thing is, also you got to remember, I've had cabin fever, which was just straight up maple syrup.
I was going to say, didn't Rob put like just a can of maple syrup out for cabin fever?
I think he just fermented maple syrup. I think that's all he did and called it a beer. Oh, there's the maple. Wow. You know what? When you
there it is.
When you
It
get
might
this
have been
much
more apropos from a Mrs. Butterworth's bottle, but okay.
Mrs. Butterworth.
Which is
would need a funnel.
not really maple syrup, but yes.
It's corn syrup with a little maple flavoring.
Yeah, but you can't get the classic bottle anymore.
No, the glass ones. No,
The glass one that was shaped like Mrs. Butterworth. My mom was actually my mom was actually one of those people that.
Did you when you were a kid? Did you fill up the bottle? Did you?
No,
you
I did
fill
not.
up the bottle?
no, I can't say I did.
I was talking to Dave. I know you didn't.
My mom was one of those that would clean the bottle out and then painted it.
Really?
Yeah, she gave her a blue dress with a white apron.
Oh, that's kind of interesting. I like that.
A lot of people did that back in the day.
I don't remember that. We were a log cabin household.
You did not grow up in a log cabin. Don't even try. You grew up.
Log cabin pancake syrup.
Oh, okay.
Butterworth.
I saw where you grew up. That's not a log.
We were a log cabin and Bosco chocolate milk household.
And apparently, from comments based off of your post about reunion coming up, you were also the party house.
Well, yeah, you saw that, did you? All right.
Yeah, I did see that. Hey,
Yeah.
John, can we have the reunion at your place?
Let's have our 40th reunion here. Yeah, let's do that.
I have a feeling that your father may have encouraged a lot of the debauchery.
I had the grad night party. I was the grad night party. There were people that graduated high school 10 miles away at my house for our party. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It was an interesting evening. Let's put it that way. That was many moons ago. So
What John remembers of it.
what I remember of it, yeah. There are bits and pieces that come back to me every now and then, but it was wild.
It depends on how hard you hit him in the head.
This is true. Speaking of my head, see the hat I'm wearing here. Dave was with me and I bought this. We actually did a live feed.
That was a great show.
That was a great show. It really was.
It really was a great show. We had a lot of fun there.
We did.
And
we had even more fun later at night too.
And as John, well, that's because I had brought a bottle of grappa.
And we finished the fucking thing.
We finished it in one night, 3 of us. But John likes to say that show was the show with the most guests.
That's fucking for sure.
Because everybody in their beer garden wanted to be on the show.
We're on the show, yeah.
We had a lot of fun there.
That was a good show. That was almost next month's 3 years ago. We did that show.
Yeah.
We got to get back out there. Call Jim. We got to go back out.
Well, I was talking to Donna today. There was a little medical scare, but everything's good.
Good.
So all's well with them.
We got a comment here. We got a few comments. First of all, Vanessa Kitty. Hi, Vanessa. How are you?
Hey, Vanessa. Cheers.
Thanks for tuning in. Cheers, Vanessa. Brian Boak said, second beer, Sapwood Cellars Out of Touch Oatmeal Stout. I've had that beer. That's a fantastic oatmeal stout.
Sapwood makes
very good taste.
Stuff.
Yeah, Sapwood makes fantastic beer. And then Brian Boak said, I built a log cabin for the bicentennial.
When he was an Eagle Scout.
I was going to say, you had to be, I mean, I know how old you are, but yeah, you had to be Eagle Scout-ish.
Yeah.
Or at least Boy Scout prior to Eagle Scout. But and then Vanessa Kitty said, maple stouts are nice.
It depends upon how they treat the maple and when they add it to the kettle. If you add it when the heat is hot,
she meant maple syrup, and then born here in Connecticut. I'm assuming that's what you meant. Anyway.
So about maple stouts,
Monsters might have something to say about that. As an old New Englander, I would say.
As an old New Englander, all right.
But the thing is, if you add the maple in when it's too hot, you burn the syrup.
Yeah, you got to put it in,
and you get this really bad flavor comes out of it. I've had some really bad maple beers.
You got to put you can't put the maple in the boil. You have to put the maple in the fermenter.
In the fermenter, right? And some have put it in the boil. It gets too hot. It burns, especially if you get in your eyes. It really burns. But it's just not a really good
smoke. Gets in your eye.
But burnt maple syrup is really not a good flavor, and I've had quite a few of those. This one, what I like about it is that there's a lot of maple to it, but because Warlock is such an aggressively flavored beer by itself, because it's based off of 2X, or 2X stout, which is an aggressive stout to begin with. Then you add pumpkin into it, and now you're throwing maple in it. The maple is not taking over the whole beer. It's doing what an adjunct should do, which is just, it's leaving the beer. You can still taste the base beer, but it's enhancing it.
Yeah, you get the Warlock, but I thought it occluded the pumpkin. The maple was so predominant. You didn't really, which probably for you is a good thing, right? But it didn't.
Which for me is a great thing. Yeah. Well, the one thing I was the reason I do actually kind of like pumpkin is pumpkin to me is not your typical pumpkin spice beer. To me, it's always tasted more like they've roasted pumpkin seeds with a little bit of cinnamon and nutmeg.
There's a little nut meat in there too. I mean, sometimes they put pecans in there, sometimes walnuts, sometimes they add. They used to. I don't know this now over the last several years, right? I can't speak
we're
to this.
3 beers in, and John said nut meat.
Nut meat. I said nut meat with a straight face. It's not the first time. John said nut meat earlier too. So,
but he wasn't even 1 beer in yet.
Terminology.
Yeah, that's true. But in any event, I do know back in the day, every year to some extent, Southern Tier changed the recipe of pumpkin up just a little bit. They varied it. So this way you had beers to age. You had 2010 pumpkin, 2011 pumpkin, 2012 pumpkin, so forth and so on. And it wasn't just the year. There were subtle differences to each, almost like Anchor did with the Christmas ale. There were subtle differences to each to each brew. Back then, I mean, in
Yeah.
more current years, it was pretty much the same recipe each year. But back then they changed it up. But I do know that they definitely, there was a few years that they had put pecans in, they put walnuts in, and they were interesting beers. They really were.
And I always like the hint of diacetyl that gives you like the buttery crust.
Just
a little bit.
Yeah, that
a little bit.
really cements the pumpkin pie, theme.
Yeah, that's and for the listeners, people who those who have been in the beer world for a long time know what John's talking about. To the listeners who've not been in it that long at all, diacetyl is usually considered an off flavor in beer. It's something that has to be gassed off of the brew kettle.
Fermenter,
the fermenter. You're right. Because it's a byproduct of the yeast, so that's why it's a fermenter. Because it's a byproduct of what the yeast does.
That's why lagers. That's why lagers. You got it. You release a lager too soon, you're going to get butterscotch.
Yeah,
it needs
you've got to get it out of there. But with some beers, they'll close the fermenter during that off gas period to keep a little bit of it in. There are some beers that are enhanced by it. I think one beer that really stands out for me that diacetyl is just a slight bit of diacetyl is a big enhancement to it is Saison du Pont.
Yeah, I mean, there's 100%. You're right on that.
It's just a little bit of it. I think that makes that beer so classic.
There are certain beers and certain styles, and it's not all the same style either, right? There are certain styles that need just a little touch of diacetyl. That's it. It just
English ale.
English ale has to have it,
absolutely,
yes.
Yeah. No,
otherwise it's not an English ale.
It's an enhancer, right? It's not something that should be in the forefront of the beer. It's something that should be in the background, helping push the flavors forward.
I don't want popcorn butter, but I want just a hint of it. Right?
Absolutely,
exactly.
Absolutely.
So my point is, for those who have been in long enough and think diacetyl is an off flavor, should never be in a beer. That's wrong. There are times where it's actually very appropriate to be in a particular beer, especially like
don't always listen to the English on beer, because Doug and I, when we worked at Max Liquors, and that we still joke about this to this day, but we had a customer and he was an immigrant to Rhode Island from England, and we sold him a Hefeweizen one time, and he was like, "Clove's got no place in a beer," and we've joked about that ever since. Obviously, Hefeweizen has the clove flavor, but to him it was anathema. It wasn't anything that belonged in a beer. So
gotcha. I got you. Yeah, for me, with a hef, there's got to be that clove there, but it has to play really nice with the banana.
Yes,
it's got to. There has to be that give and take,
too, right? But yeah.
I like it when both are a little subdued and you can taste the wheat.
Yeah,
that's when I like it. They both need to be there.
It all should be there. I want the tart wheat.
I want to taste all of it.
I want unsalted crackers. I want
but I want
the clove and the banana and
100%.
Yeah.
100%. We even
what you want is balance. You want balance.
Balance, yeah.
Yep.
Matt even said it in our group too, and obviously he's speaking the truth.
He's a fucking brewing nerd.
He's a brewer, so he knows what's going on, right?
Brewing nerd.
To a point. A hef is a sour.
It is,
right, because of the tart wheat.
It's not considered one.
It's not a sour, but it's because of that tart wheat in there. It's got that. It's basically a Berliner Weiss, a very light Berliner Weiss with different yeast, right? So, whatchamacallit? Yeah, that tart, like you said, John, to your point, the tart wheat balanced with the banana and the clove, just coming together, and we're not wrong talking about this time of year either, right? So, everything coming together and to Samurai's point, balanced. It's a perfect and nothing is more balanced for me. There are plenty of great hefts out there. Please, I'm not disparaging anyone, but for me, Weihenstephaner is that's the benchmark for me.
And when you actually have it at the brewery.
John, you want to help me here?
Yeah.
There you go. All right.
And when you're sitting in the Grostable with the pork knuckle.
All right. Well, I will be there soon, 100%, and I plan on being there in 15 years. 15 years.
15. Sorry, that's almost 14 now. That's 14 now.
Yeah. No. Well, obviously, I'm not going in January, so it's probably going to be around Oktoberfest, probably kill two birds with one stone that year. So
Kill two livers with one stone.
6 to 1. Right.
Well, I just opened a Schlafly, which is
That is a classic.
another of my favorite top three.
When
Don't have a Schlafly glass, but I got an O'Fallon. So
very nice.
Close enough.
O'Fallon makes
Close
decent,
enough, same state.
O'Fallon makes a few pumpkins, I think.
They do, actually, yeah.
they do.
have
O'Fallon, I think
two.
the only brewery that out pumpkins O'Fallon is Elysian.
Elysian, yeah.
oh Jesus, yeah. The one thing I'll say about Schlafly, it is my favorite pumpkin spice beer. Most of my favorite pumpkin beers are not the ones that are just a pumpkin spice beer.
Right.
There's something to them. Like I like Warlock because you got the 2X in there. I like Pumpkin because to me that's more of the pumpkin roasted pumpkin seed flavor. Of all the ones that are actually supposed to be pumpkin spice flavored, that one's my favorite.
Yeah, the spices are always predominant, but one of the things I like about it too is it's almost a little raisiny, and it starts to remind you of a mince pie, not like a mince meat pie like in England, but a New England mince pie with the candy fruits and the raisins. And
so you're saying you wouldn't be surprised if they use Belgian yeast in there, or
no? I don't think that.
No, there's no Belgian yeast in there.
I know there's not.
No.
Well, to John's point, he's not wrong because I'm already half done with my third beer. And I have to put it up on the crawl right now. It is a Schlafly, but it's not the regular pumpkin ale.
I saw this one.
It is the vanilla pumpkin ale.
That one had me. That one.
And remember,
John,
hold on. It is. Oh, no, there we go. It's this side. It is bottled with love. So there you go. It's a cool label, though. I like the.
I did have a
plaid.
bottle earlier this year, and I thought it might actually be better than the original because I think the vanilla adds another dimension.
You're right on. You're right on point. Schlafly is in my top 3. Schlafly pumpkin ale. This actually, let's put a turn around here. This actually rises it above that because of the vanilla. The vanilla definitely adds another.
You can tell that John is not an influencer because he had the bottle turned the wrong way when he started talking about
this beer right there. This one, his brown bottle.
Oh, you just lost
I'm
all
not
your
an
sponsors
influencer because all my labels are backwards. So yeah.
And I'm drinking my product out of a cocktail shaker. We can't even see the product.
There we go. Fun. Oh, so good. But yeah, I'm like half done with it already. So there you go.
I'm 2/3 done with this one. So.
But no, you're not wrong. That little bit. It's not raisin, but it's a dried fruit element. In there. It's
a little dark fruity.
Little dark fruit. It's a little different than a whole hog, but it's right up there with it for me. And my number 3. It's not my number 3. My other beer. And look, these change, right? The whole hog, the Schlafly, and this other beer are my top 3. You put them in whatever order you want to put them in. That's how I feel. If I get to 5, which at this point I probably will. If I get to 5, I'll have it's Dave's 4. Dave's 4 is my 5. So
just sitting right there.
And Dave's 2 is my 4. So there you go.
And my 12 is John's 9.
There you go. We're gonna drink all night tonight. There you go.
There's another joke somewhere.
Let's leave it alone.
Leave that be. We're back to Dublin. We got some comments from Vanessa, Katie.
Yes, Vanessa.
We're talking about the maple.
We were talking about the maple. She put up. She said maple syrup is sugar and water from the tree. If that is heated too long, you get burnt carbon, etc. 100%. And she said, if you've ever cooked down the syrup further into candy, you must be very careful. Yeah, you got to be really careful.
She knows a lot about maple syrup from someone from Connecticut.
She cooks. No, she does, and
that was just to get the stereotypes people laugh.
Did you kidnap a Vermonter by any chance and keeping them in your cellar? Okay.
Yeah. I think Vanessa's very well traveled, and she knows what she's doing.
And in case she doesn't know, I'm not a Vermonter. I'm originally from Rhode Island. So.
A Rhode Islander.
Yes.
I was very
maple syrup.
That happens to have a fat head of Tom over his left shoulder.
Yes, he does.
Actually, that's his right shoulder, but his camera flipped around.
Reversed. I was very, very briefly a Rhode Islander.
You are an honorary adopted Rhode Islander. I am a patriot Rhode Islander.
I was only made honorary and adopted because I learned so much about the state in such a short amount of time that they're like, oh, shit, he's not a complete moron. What's he doing here?
Yeah. I have been a Rhode Islander probably 9 or 10 times for 4 to 5 days each. There you go. Anyway, Vanessa just said, I worked at a friend's sugar shack in the past.
Yeah, but have you ever worked with maple syrup? Oh. Never mind. There's a joke in there somewhere. I'm sorry.
Not so subtle. Yes.
Not so subtle, but I see where you're trying to go there. There you go. So, all right. So
I could have made that a little more subtle if I wasn't 3 beers.
You could have. This is a great time of year. It really is, and it's not.
Well, if it wasn't 85 fucking degrees out there.
Well, yeah, it's the first full day of fall. It was 85 degrees today in New Jersey, and I'm sure it was even warmer in Georgia. Was it there, John?
Well, I think it was 86, so not much more.
So 1 degree. 1 degree.
Yes.
But that's.
I'm in North Georgia, so.
But it's one louder.
Well, it was one louder. It was one louder. John went to 11.
But it's a dry heat. Yeah,
it's a dry heat.
It is not a dry heat in Georgia. There's no such thing. It's a dry heat in Georgia.
No, and having lived in Rhode Island too, it's not dry heat there either, right?
No. In New Jersey, there's no dry heat in Jersey.
Like the first time I went out to Nevada, that I learned the difference, and really, it does make a difference. That dry heat.
You can be out in 102-degree weather and be okay. Yes, yeah. You've got to peel your Keds off the sidewalk. But
it takes like 5 minutes for you to take one step because you're like peeling your shoe.
No, I was out doing like 5 miles in 96-degree weather and totally fine. Here, forget it. I can't go out if it's past mid-70s.
It's the humidity. But you're not wrong with the dry heat because I've been in California. I went to. You ever go to California? You ever go to Magic Mountain in Valencia, California? Okay, Valencia is like right at the beginning of the Mojave Desert. It's like right near the beginning of the Mojave Desert. So it's a lot hotter in Valencia than it is in LA. All right, let's put it that way.
So it's out by Palm Desert then.
Yeah, it is. So so we were at this one time, not the last time, but we're out. I'll put it up in a minute. We're at it. We're out in Magic Mountain. It was 116 degrees that day, but we didn't feel it.
No,
because there was. I mean, it felt hot. It was hot, of course, but it wasn't like 90 degrees in Jersey was hotter than 116 degrees in Valencia, California.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And the difference is because you shed heat from your body by perspirating, and if it's humid, you can't perspirate. The water can't evaporate from your body and remove the heat at the same degree if the water's already the air is already saturated
with the water. Yeah,
in that dry air, boom, you're good to go.
That's why people are starting to pay more attention to what's called wet thermometer temperature.
Mm-hmm.
That's a truth. That's kind of that true feel.
Yeah.
Of what it is. Don't ask me to explain that because I can't right now. But
I mean, it's the same principle as wind chill, right? In the winter.
Yes.
Wind removes heat from your body, and boom, there you go.
There you go. Just to catch up on some comments, Vanessa Kitty said, yes, we make maple syrup in Connecticut, as the other states do. She said, a coworker in the U.S. Air Force while she was in Alaska in the 80s brought her 2 gallons of maple syrup back from their Vermont farm. That's fantastic.
That's a good friend.
That's a really good friend. And then she goes on to say she approved it for them in the dining hall at midnight. She at the hospital? I'm not sure what that is.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
We had to sell out crowds that weekend's midnight.
Chief.
Oh, the chief, midnight chief at the hospital. There you go.
Yeah.
We had to sell out crowds that weekend's midnight chief at the hospital when word got out. There you go. And then I'll skip Brian's for a second. I'll get back to Brian's in a second.
That's what made me laugh.
I know. Kingman, Arizona gets ripping hot. 100%.
I'm sure it
Yeah,
does.
Arizona, all of Arizona. Yeah, my son-in-law spent plenty of time in Arizona, and I know how ripping hot it gets down there. In extreme cold weather, you dehydrate like you do in extreme heat. 100%.
Absolutely.
It's back and forth.
That's
Midnight chow. That's what it was.
Oh,
Midnight chow in the mess hall. There you go. And midnight chow at the hospital, she said. Anyway, so back to Brian's. Brian said, dry heat means you die of dehydration before you realize it's hot. There you go.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
Not if you drink enough beer. But
If you
anyway,
drink enough beer, yeah, there you go.
But back to Rhode Island and maple syrup. She's
But
right.
we digress.
We
like Tom
did
said.
have one maple syrup facility in Rhode Island, but we shut it down and turned it into a coffee milk factory. So that's the only. Actually,
That's a good trade-off right there.
Yeah.
I
there may have
love,
been maple syrup in Rhode Island, but I've never seen it produced.
last time we were in Rhode Island, I had to bring back some coffee syrup. I still have a little bit of it left. I actually brought it back from Dave's Coffee.
Did you get any of that Sugar Bob's smoked maple syrup while you were in Rhode Island when you were? I told you to go to that one place.
No, but I have it right over there.
Oh, you ordered online. You ordered online.
I have it, but it's,
Did you get-
no.
Oh, directly from them, from the vendor, the manufacturer.
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty certain I did. But no, but coffee syrup, coffee milk.
Well, Autocrat you can get from Amazon.
You can, but we were there, and well, no one else here will drink it, so I got a little bottle from Dave's Coffee. And what I like about the version that Dave's Coffee has, unlike Autocrat, it's not high fructose corn syrup.
No.
Autocrat will give me a headache within minutes. I will suffer through that headache for.
Is Autocrat high fructose corn syrup though?
Yes, it is.
It is. All right.
It'll give me a headache. Dave's is not, so that's why I got a bottle of that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. She did say one other thing. Vanessa said she was the health inspector, food inspector for her as her second career in the United States Air Force. There you go.
Interesting. Okay, I'm opening my fourth beer.
You're opening number 4, are you?
Yeah, I'm opening number 4.
There you go.
And if John gets to 5, this will be his 5th beer.
That'll be my 5th beer.
But this is my number 4. This is an absolute classic. I don't know if this is 2 or 3 years old, this particular bottle. This one's been around for a while. This might be the first Imperial Pumpkin Ale that was out there.
I believe it was.
I can't think of any other pumpkin that got above 7% prior to this beer.
No, I can't think of it either. It certainly precedes pumpkin, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So of course I'm drinking it out of a Pyrex. So there we go.
You got to take a picture of each of these vessels.
he's going to go make a pumpkin pie, Rex.
Yeah, there you go. Pumpkin Pyrex.
There you go.
And the thing, what I love, the one thing
Hold on, let me put up the crawl for you here. Hold on a second.
What I do love about the Imperial Pumpkin Ale is that you can age this beer.
Oh, you can. I have a couple that are even older than the one I may have.
Yeah, like I said, I think this is 3 years old. The one thing I didn't do, I didn't show you.
Mine is 3. The one I have tonight is 3. I have older ones, but
maybe you can see some of the sediment in the bottom there.
Oh, there's definitely sediment.
Yeah, there's definitely sediment in there. I didn't roll the bottle.
Which is almost every.
But I had a flashlight out, and I was looking for a date on the bottle.
Hold on, you did say flashlight, right?
Flashlight.
Okay.
Where'd you think it was? Oh yeah, no, I don't have one of those. But I was looking for a date on the bottle, and I just saw all the particulate floating in there. I'm like, this one's going to be fun to drink. So this is what it is. But this is my 4th. This will help me sleep tonight.
Okay.
Oh, John, did I show you these? Starodubsky.
Oh,
Malort sucks. Is that a hockey
I
puck?
think you sent that in the chat. Yeah.
Is that a hockey puck?
These
Oh, the
They're-
Malort candy. Yeah,
they're the more candies, and I gotta.
Did Tom send you that?
No, I ordered them. They were actually in stock for a change. Yeah, Tom would
That was a joke. Malort
There is
sucked.
no way that there's no way that the Beer Whisperer would be on their website. I'll guarantee you that. To get him to drink Malort, I had to send him one. I'll say one thing about these candies, though. It's just a slight hint of Malort flavor to it. Actually, my new bottle's being delivered on Thursday.
Did you get a barrel aged one or just a regular bottle?
No, just a regular. They're out of the barrel age. Otherwise, I would have bought both. They tried to deliver while I was in California. I actually talked to the FedEx guy, and they are delivering on Thursday, apparently.
Nice.
So my fourth bottle direct from Jepson's will be here on Thursday. But I still have some. That's I emptied my third bottle, but I've still got some of the barrel aged.
Fair enough. I am drinking. I opened my fourth, and it is Dave's second, and it is caramel pumpkin.
Okay, tell me how that's playing.
And as far as the nose goes, there's tons of caramel.
Yours is last year too.
Mine's last year as well. Yeah. There's the Best Buy right there. Best Buy 7/17/25. So it's last year's.
Yeah.
So, and look, I know they have to put the bigger breweries have to put the Best Buy day on them or whatever. I don't care. It's a pumpkin ale. I can save it for longer than that.
Oh, conservative with that anyway. I think. I mean,
mine's a Best Buy 6/20/26.
Okay, so yours is
this year.
That's this year.
No, it's not. I bought this last year. I did not buy this new. That is not this year's. Because 6/20, that's before October. That's before September, John.
This, I promise you, this is last year's.
Yeah, because I did. Sure mine from last year on March 7, 17/25.
No. This is 6/20/26. I bought this last year.
I believe the pumpkin snuck in your beer fridge and swapped you out a 2025.
Why would it say Best Buy 6/20/26?
I don't know. All I know is I can promise you 100%.
I did not buy it this year.
I believe you. All I'm saying is I can promise you this is 2024 caramel pumpkin. This 100% is. And John's was the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did not buy this year. You know how few pumpkin beers I buy.
I know. You would know that. That you'd remember.
And
it was provided to you free of charge by Southern Tier, and he won't admit it, as social media influencer because they said he won't drink it. He hates every pumpkin.
He hates everything.
They call me Mikey. But John, you know where I bought this. You were there when I bought it.
I was standing right next to you.
But look at the Best Buy date.
2027, 2 years. All right. Interesting.
So your beer is 2 years old, John.
So no. Hold on. The only possibility here, to Dave's point, is the fact that this is from 2023. However, it was left over, and I bought it in 2024.
And that would not be the first time that has happened to me. With
not at all. Not at all.
That's happened with Two Christmas to me before, actually, which is okay because it was fine.
I like it. Honestly,
really
I like Two Xmas better a year later than I do fresh anyway. Same thing with Mad Elf.
This whole conversation is making me want to go to Cable Beverages.
Yeah, let's all take a ride. John, you got to get up here. You got to get up.
Have you ever been to Cable Beverages, John?
No, I'm on my way.
It's a treasure hunt.
You got to get up here. We'll send Tom a ticket. You and Doug get up here. The five of us are going up to Cable Beverage, and we're going to walk in there, and the owner's going to go, "Oh
no." There goes all. No. He's probably going to be like.
He's going to be like, "Yeah,
yay! Get rid of some of the old stuff." You can find like 7-year-old IPAs there if you're up to it. But you can really
but that's not what you're looking for. But you're going to find plenty of shelf turds, but you're going to find amazing shit.
You're going to find a 6-year-old 120.
John, for all intents and purposes, you're going to go up. You're going to look at these shelves, right? And the bottle you see in front, there's 7 other different bottles behind that one.
You've got to move
everything to look.
But do they have any IPAs brewed in Burton in 1853?
I would buy.
That's possible.
That I would buy. There you go.
No, I don't think they were open then. But anything that was brewed from the year they opened, going forward is probably fair game.
Still there, yeah. Okay. On that note, you just said Burton. I have to bring this up, and it's part and parcel of this particular show. So, we got one other comment. Let me just see what it is here. Brian Boak said, I grew up going to Cable Beverage Original Store. Oh my God, that's
not the original store.
I thought it was the original store. Silly me. Well, you and I are younger than Brian.
That building itself is ancient.
I mean, not much younger than Brian, but we're still younger.
And that building itself should be condemned, I think.
Right.
You have to navigate.
Well, it is the basement of the front building. It's the floor.
Yeah,
it's the first level of the back of the building, but it's the basement of the front of the building.
And you have to navigate all the stacks of pallets.
Oh yeah.
To find a place to park, and hopefully you won't be stepping into a pothole full of water.
Right. You got to worry about that. But in any event, so there's a couple of fall variety packs. Hold on. Doug just said, we ate all old geezers. We hate or we are?
No. Doug's a cannibal. Did you not know that Doug's a cannibal? He ate all the old geezers.
All right, I was going to say, did he mean we hate or we are all old? I'm assuming he meant we all are old geezers.
Oh, I thought he was eating. I thought he was a cannibal.
I mean, you can go both ways because I mean, we all look like we ate an old geezer. Right?
Old geezer. This is very true.
We can all hate old geezers because we have this
he said "are." There you go. We hate old. I gotta take a screenshot of that. Hold on.
We ate all.
Sorry, Doug, but you are what you
Hey, hey, Doug, if you ate all the old geezers, you missed 3.
You're still here. Anyway, and then at 4, Brian's here too. He said, when I was 16, I built a log cabin. Yeah, when he was 16, he built a log cabin.
So as an Eagle Scout.
As an Eagle Scout. So that's what I figured. He was in 70. What was it?
I wasn't
70?
even joking when I said that.
No.
He
was born in a mountaintop when he was 3.
In Tennessee?
In Tennessee. He killed a bear.
when he was 5.
He was only 3. No, 3. What year was it? I'm looking. Where the hell did he put that? Damn it. He put the year 70 what? 70. Damn it. Where the hell is it?
Now Brian said 4. I don't know what 4 means.
74.
74. 70. No, that's 70. It wasn't 74.
No, he said he was 4 when he killed the bear. That's what.
He killed a bear when he was only 4, not 3.
Yeah, that's the comment. 4. 1776 is.
So would that be born on a mountaintop on the Jersey Shore? He killed a bear when he was 4.
4. Yeah. Brian was 16 in 1776.
Okay. He was. People don't know.
Brian looks great for his age. I'm telling you, he really does.
A lot of people don't realize that Brian Boak was one of our founding fathers.
Yes, he brewed the first pumpkin ale to make it out for this show.
He did. And we dedicate the show to
and that's why he will never drink.
He is Buffalo Bill. There you go.
Yes, he's Buffalo Bill, and there were no spices in that original pumpkin beer.
Not at all. Anyway, all right.
Other than Chipotle, because he likes Chipotle.
He likes Chipotle. Yeah, he does. Anyway, so there's a few fall variety packs out there, right? And one of them, and we mentioned Saranac before, and I'm going to throw these out there. Saranac has their pumpkin ale in it, but they also have their Oktoberfest. They have their honey Pilsner, which I've had recently. It's actually very, very good. And so it's solid. It's good. It's a solid beer. And they have their Black Forest Black Ale.
That is what. Okay, so we talk about Saranac a lot, and I know you like Saranac. I'm not a huge fan of Saranac. I'm going to be honest, but that Black Forest one is
very good.
I think
I will be having a can of that on the show, by the way.
I think one of my problems with Saranac is the fact that I love Ubu.
Yes,
I absolutely adore Ubu.
It's much better from the brewery than it is at Saranac.
Yes, and sitting in the brew pub drinking Ubu. But this is my problem. But this is my problem, and I know what you're going to say. But this is my problem, is that yes, you're not going to be able to recreate that because it's right there. But everyone thinks that bottled product and now canned product is Ubu. And so when you say, oh my God, Ubu is a great beer, they're like, really? because they've had it in the bottle or can. It's a different beer entirely. It's just,
But the
it's not
last time I had it in the can, it was actually very good, and I had
was it? I'm happy
Yes.
for you.
and that was maybe a
Put it
year
out there.
ago.
Be loud. Be proud.
I've never had a beer in a can.
And
You know.
I had it.
Oh, it's not true. There's a shower. I have a shower beer, so that's fine.
10 or 15 years before that, and it was very good. But,
The Ubu?
yeah.
See,
No,
I've
no.
never-
Look. I've
never had
from
it.
both. I've had it from the brewery, and I've had it from Saranac. What Saranac brews does not equal what they brew at the brew pub, right? But it's still very good.
I don't think it's close.
I'm willing to bet what I had last time was brewed by Saranac, and I didn't even realize it. But it was very, very good.
It's very what Saranac brews is very good. But here's the thing.
But what
Dave,
John's saying is it's very good, but it's not the same beer.
It is the same beer, but here's the thing. Okay. And anybody that brews beer will know that. And the three of us will know this. And everybody, and not everybody, but a lot of people will know what I'm saying. Okay. When you brew a beer, when you brew 5 barrels of a beer and you brew the same recipe on 50 barrels of a beer, it's gonna taste a little different.
It's different. It's different. It's not the same beer because of that, but also because of the treatment of the beer. When you've got a keg fresh and it has to move about 30 yards, as opposed to being trucked miles and miles and miles.
Right.
There's a whole difference. And
No,
yes,
of course there is.
there's that whole aspect of being, the atmosphere of the brew pub.
Of course.
Right. That adds to it as well. But just
Absolutely.
to flavor it. And the difference, I think a big difference is when you have that scale up,
Right.
you lose body. Right?
No,
lose that-
of course you definitely lose body.
Right.
You definitely lose a little body if you have that big of a scale up. Like
God,
if you go from 5 to 20,
Can you
might not
scale
lose
me?
that
Can you
much.
scale me up so I can lose some
Let me
body?
scale you up a little bit. Yeah. If you go from 5 to 20, you might not lose that much. If you go from 5 to 50, you're losing it. You're losing a certain amount of body. It's just the way it is. There's no way you're getting the same beer in let's even explode it up to 200 barrels, right? There's no way you're getting the same mouthfeel, the same everything identical about the beer at 200 barrels as you are 5 barrels.
And
It's
if
just
anybody-
not
ratios
happening.
of-
I don't care what you do. I don't care how great of a brewer you are. It's just not possible.
I couldn't hear what you said.
If your ratios of ingredients are the same and your techniques are the same, there might be subtle differences, but they should be very, very subtle. And I've had a lot of really great beers that have been upscaled and they taste as good as the first time I had them. I've had lots of beers that were nothing like the first time I had them too. But
I still think there's got to be an adjustment in your ratios for upscaling.
No.
but you can overcompensate, right?
Look,
So maybe
that's the problem. That's the problem. Here's the thing, right? Scaling up, and there's a lot of good programs out there. There's a lot of good applications, computer applications out there that actually scale. It's not just 1 for 1 or 2 for 2. It's not that, right? You need to scale based on your system. There's a lot of varying factors. Okay. So if you have the right equipment and you have the right ingredients and you have the right scaling software, look, you could just be a savant and you could just do it on your own, right? Whatever it is. Bottom line is you can actually scale it up so that it is, 1 for 1. You can actually brew something that is very close. It's still gonna be different to a point, but it's still gonna be very, very good, and it's gonna be close.
But a point that I really want to make here: if anybody who thinks that the body of a beer, the mouthfeel of a beer, does not impact the flavor, then you're dead wrong.
It's everything's together: the mouthfeel, the aroma, the flavor,
but
the nose feel.
All of the nose.
Don't forget the nose. Don't forget the nose feel.
All of that. Well, it does, because that's part of the taste right there. Because you've got a lot of taste receptors in the back of your nose.
Mhm.
Love does enter through the nose.
But anybody who thinks that it doesn't, I defy you to drink Guinness. I will give you 3 places to drink Guinness. Go drink Guinness in those 3 places and tell me the flavor doesn't change. It's brewed in the same place. It's the same fucking keg.
Of course it does.
And all these different, and just the way that it's treated when it's poured to give it a different body is going to give you that flavor. Because I always thought, and still rightfully so, that the big difference in Guinness in this country is that it's brewed in this country as opposed to being brewed in Dublin. And that's a huge difference. But if you still take the stuff that's brewed in Baltimore and have it at the right temperature, put your nitro at the right level, you're going to get close.
It's good.
It's still not going to be the same, but
this
you're
is my
going to
point.
get close.
This is my point. It's close. It's good. It's solid. It's close. It's not the same.
But it's still not the same. But that body. So my point is, when you scale up, and you don't, even if you've got your ratios right and adjusted your ratios for scaling up, you're still changing. You're still changing the body of the beer, and you're going to change that flavor of the beer, and that's my problem with the bottled and canned Ubu as opposed to what I get at the.
Your beer's been changing my body for about 45 years now.
And you're not wrong. Both of you are not wrong.
All of us are. We're
on that point. What I just said, loved
all the geezers.
All the geezers. And let me throw that up really quick. Brian Both did just say 4 old geezers. Yes, he definitely.
Well, Doug Smith is commenting, so there's 5 of us now.
Well, there's 5 of us now. Yeah, and Doug Smith said scaling up a recipe can make a big difference for sure, 100%. But he did say Great Lakes Christmas Ale is nothing like those old small batches. It's not.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not. It is
it's
not.
Good though. It's still good.
It's still solid, but it's not what it was.
But it's not what it was because it's larger batches now.
Brew Guru would say early 90s Great Lakes was more artisan. And no, you're not. Look, Doug, 100%. You're spot on with that. Nothing from the early 90s artisan beers that we had back then that we still can access now. They're not the same, right? I can't say that. I should let me back up on that. Very few are not the same. Very few are not the same. There are some.
The other factor is that when we drank those beers for the very first times, early on in the craft beer movement, they wowed us to a degree that we almost have fatigue now, right? Because
you're talking about being jaded, right?
You're not wrong with that either. You're not wrong with that either.
It's like, is it now? It's not the same people brewing it that were brewing it back in the 90s, right?
Of course not.
And that's a factor, but it's also, I've had so many beers now that nostalgia kicks in, and everything's not as good as it was. A McDonald's hamburger when I had it with my grandfather in 1975.
No, but it's the same thing. He's not wrong.
In my day, right? And
he's not wrong. It's the same.
I know what he's saying.
Same rule.
It's just the same thing as it was then. But
I think back to my first Heady Topper. At my first Heady Topper, I was wowed. I'm like, oh my God, this is fantastic. I'm going to say something that's going to make a lot of people go, what the fuck are you saying? I don't particularly like Heady Topper.
For me, the best, and I've said it before on the show, and I've said it before to you a million times. For me, the best Alchemist beer, for me is the Crusher.
But yes, I don't disagree.
And I put Heady number 3 behind Focal.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely behind Focal.
They're both good.
They're both fantastic, and I'll still have them today. The Crusher is number 1 for me.
I'm trying to prove John's point here. Whereas the first time you have something, it also goes to my brother. My brother was in Minneapolis once, and he was
Surly,
and he said, I'm in Minneapolis. Where should I go? I said, you need to go to Surly. And he's like, I just had one of their beers in the lobby, and I wasn't that fond of it. I said, well, because you had Furious. You need to go to the brewery, and you need to get abrasive. And my brother knows me well enough that he's like, okay, fine. Even though Surly, I didn't particularly like Furious. He goes to the brewery. He gets himself an abrasive. He replies back to me, because this is in regards to another one of those beers that anytime anyone had it for the first time, they were absolutely blown off their feet, and it became like the epitome of beers.
Oh yeah.
He compared it to Pliny, and he said to me, he goes, "Is it sacrilege to say this is better than Pliny?" I said, "No,
wouldn't say it's in the same conversation as Pliny, but it's not better than Pliny.
I think it's better than Pliny. I like abrasive better than Pliny." I said, "No, you'd be accurate, or at least not wrong."
Well, the last time I had Pliny, I had it at your favorite place, I had it at Navarre Rez up in Portland.
You have
And
it nice and fresh.
And I had it fresh, and it was double dry hopped Pliny. So
I said that's a little different.
different.
But you take bottled Pliny, and he had abrasive at the brewery.
No.
So having abrasive at the brewery,
anything. I've never been to Russian River. I've been to California. I've never been to Russian River.
same.
All right. So I can't say that I had Pliny at the brewery. I've had abrasive at Surly,
But that's
and
the
it's
whole thing.
fantastic.
Yeah, that against a bottled Pliny.
So I see his point.
And I've only had plenty in the bottle. I've had super fresh bottles sent to me that were very, very good. I've been to plenty of breweries and been abrasive myself, but I've never been at a brewery. So yeah.
Actually, abrasive for me has got there's a warm spot in my heart for it because it was the centerpiece of my first ever beer trade.
There you go.
That's how I got it. Was my first beer trade.
Look, abrasive is great. One Man Mosh Pit's a great beer too.
Oh God, fuck yes. Yeah. And Darkness.
These are Surly beers. Darkness, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
We're getting out of the IPAs now.
You know, I'm sitting on a double barrel Darkness right now.
I know, and that's not an IPA, folks. But if you were wondering,
it's a stout, and it'll be drank.
One Man Mosh Pit is an IPA, but that's besides.
And that particular beer that I just mentioned will be drank on the last show of the year.
By the way, I just want to point out one fact: is I get what Dave is saying, and you're probably not wrong. This date,
but you may have kept. Let's see what the ages are on this.
Look, I did not get this. What is that one? 26. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a different brew.
Yeah.
I did not get this. I did not get this till last year. I promise you, I did not get this till last year. Okay. But
you're not getting
to the point we were saying before. To the point we were saying before, this may be from 24. This may be from 23. This maybe they have a 2-year, or maybe they have a 2-year out code. Not out code, but Best Buy on them. There's no out code on these beers, right? It's not an IPA. So, whatchamacallit? So, but I will say,
for those of you who are not in the know, out code is something for the retailers to take it the fuck off the shelf.
Yeah, get it out of there, throw it out, drink it, whatever.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Burn it with fire.
Something, right? Or return it if you can get your money back. Do that.
Yes,
right? That's first. Then go to the other methods.
For those that don't call it vintage and mark it up by 100%. Yes,
exactly.
Right. I know one of those places. It's just kind of that way.
Oh, Cable Beverage. There you go.
no, not Cable. Well, Cable just doesn't care. They
don't care.
There's no markup.
There's no markup. No, they don't mark anything up. They just leave it on the shelf.
They just leave it on the shelf forever.
Right. But this beer, while it tastes very good. It is solid. I will give it that. But the aroma of this beer blows away the flavor of this beer.
Now, my question to you: are you getting?
So it hasn't. If I'm right, and this is 2 years old, even though I bought it last year, the aroma has literally not changed in 2 years.
I'm gonna have to dig out one of my bottles. Not tonight.
But the flavor, are you? Am I crazy? Or
I'm still no.
Are you still getting some walnut out of it?
I'm getting some walnut. I'm not getting walnut, but I'm getting muted pecans.
Okay, that's.
So I'm getting nut meat. I'll say it again,
which is not that different. No,
it's not that different. Pecans and walnuts,
and we're still not snickering. Wow.
It has the pecans that were missing from the Two Roads pecan.
It does. It has the two pecans.
Now we know where they went.
Now we know where they went.
They migrated a little south and ended up in.
100%. There you go.
And I'm pretty excited.
Actually, that's west. They're almost due west.
All right. So we kind of got off on a tangent. Shocker. We got off on a tangent.
Were we talking on a particular subject?
Yes. We were, because I was going somewhere with what I was saying.
It actually reminded me of Jurassic Park when Jeff Goldblum is like, "Are there any dinosaurs in your dinosaur park?" And I thought we were like, "Are there any pumpkin beers in this pumpkin beer show?" But yes.
Yeah, we're drinking them.
We're drinking them, but I'm going to bring that up in a second.
But we get off topic, and I am very guilty of that. But I'm very excited.
What are you drinking there?
Rogue Pumpkin Patch, which is
I haven't had that.
I haven't had that in years. Oh
I haven't had that in 15 years.
I'm going to find out right now. When was the last time I had it? I'm going to look at it right now.
I have not seen it here in Georgia for many years. The last time was in those bright orange fifth bottles.
Yes, I remember those.
But what I really love about it is it's really one of the most pumpkin beers out there. It's not a spice bomb.
Exactly.
It's very pumpkiny. It's a little sour, fleshy, stringy pumpkin. And it reminds me a lot of when you cut a pumpkin open to make a jack-o'-lantern and you scoop the insides out, and it tastes like that smells to me. But
it's actually been 10 years for me. And the last time I had it, I was in Cloverleaf. My friend Oli. Fred Oli is famous for ordering what he calls the aircraft carrier.
By the way, I know Oli.
And John knows Oli. And you know what the aircraft carrier is.
I know what the aircraft carrier is.
The aircraft carrier is 3 flight paddles at the same time.
Right.
And there was one time I was sitting with them, and they had a pumpkin ale tap takeover, and he ordered the aircraft carrier of every single pumpkin ale they had, every tap, and he made me share with him. That's the first time I had Whole Hog, by the way. That was 10 years ago.
All right, so I will tell you this: the last time I had Rogue Pumpkin Patch was Halloween 4 years ago, 2021.
That's more recent than I had.
10 years for me.
And
this is the first time I've ever had it in a can, too.
And I had it in a can. I had it here, and it was brought here by my son-in-law and my daughter. And me and Jess and my son-in-law and my daughter, the 4 of us had it. And here is the picture that I'm holding up. Actually, no, I didn't have it. I checked into here, but I had it over in my neighbor's garage. We're watching football. There you go.
There it is. No, I actually had it on tap, but in a sampler.
And I got to tell you, I love Rogue. I don't drink enough Rogue because I don't see enough Rogue. But Rogue has been a constant. Back in the 90s, I was drinking Rogue, and I could get it in Rhode Island, and I did beer trades from people on the West Coast, and I got Rogue. And then I moved down here, and when I moved down here, Rogue was all over the place, and it's just one of those constant, even in times when I first moved here, you couldn't get anything over 6%, but at least you could get Rogue. And I still see Rogue ales. We get them. I haven't seen the Pumpkin Patch. I don't see the Santa's Private Reserve.
Oh, right.
Which I really love too. But
Rogue was the first adjunct kings. They were I think they were one of the OGs as far as just adjuncting this, that, and the other thing, and just coming up with and just being bold with their flavors and their additions. And they really, I think they were one of the breweries that really started to show the country what you could do with beer.
Yeah.
No, I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
They were very famous too for selling the same beer under 50 different labels. But you can't blame them for that. That's us, right? Where we've always been. Everybody wants to tick a new beer, so I mean they give the public what the public wants. But the Meyerbock, I think, was the most famous version of that. They had 50 different versions of, the same beer, Rogue Meyerbock, under different names and labels. So
you're not wrong. You're wrong. I want to catch up on a couple of comments, and I'll get back to what I was saying one more time. Brian said McDonald's hamburger is 1/3 the size and more chemicals and crap than when we grew up.
That was my point. Yeah,
100%. And Doug Smith said, I don't think my taste buds have changed that much. Bell's Expedition Ale was richer, bolder, less processed tasting. I'm not imagining that. You're not wrong.
I agree with him. I absolutely agree with him.
You know what? I actually had an Expedition Ale recently, and it's not anything like it was back in the day. It was good. It was good. It was solid.
It's still Bell's.
Don't buy it. It's still Bell's. It's still a good beer, but it was not like it was back in the day. It wasn't. And look, there's a lot of things we can blame that on, and we can get into another show about that. And we should actually one day we should talk about that, right? We should bring on a couple of brewers. We should bring the 3 of us and a couple of brewers, Matt, a couple of us, and we should talk about that. It's all about how things have changed, brewing practices, the ingredients, the yeast, everything else,
and scaling up. How some breweries are victims of their success.
No, absolutely, 100%. Doug also said, "I've had Pliny at Russian River. It's phenomenal."
Okay, can all 3 of us do the?
John, get in there.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. All right.
You got
There's an
you
extra
gotta-
one. This one's for Brian. There you
you
go.
got a quadruple bird there, Doug.
Yeah. And then Doug also said, "So I don't believe I'm just waxing nostalgic. Some earlier versions were just better. No, they were. They were. You know, they were. I mean, look. You're both right. John's spot on too. What we had back then not only was better, but it definitely does. The nostalgia of it, and this would not be a show with the three of us if we did not wax nostalgic to some extent, right?
Wax on.
Right, wax off, right? The nostalgia of it definitely does help us think in our minds, feel that these beers were better back then. There's yes and no. They're good. They're solid now. They're fantastic now compared to a lot of other crap out there. Honestly, they're fantastic, but they're a little muted from what they used to be. They're what they used to be, but muted, right? They're not a different beer by any means, but they're muted. They're a little less. They're not as if the beer's a 10, it's the same beer, but it's an 8. Am I wrong? Is that what where I'm going? With this,
I know what you're saying.
right? So anyway,
No, I get it. I just think that, I think to me, it just changes you. The more you get exposed to something, almost 10,000 beers in, different beers, it's not going to be the same as the first time. No, there's some beers, but
you're not wrong.
They don't do anything like them anymore, like the old classic West Coast, like the Catamount Christmas Ale. There's
Please
you're
don't
never
get me
gonna
started.
do something like that again, but that's because IPAs have changed so much, right? They're so different today than they were then, and you still can get some. I mean, I'll be honest. There's some Western North Carolina IPAs that are as good as anything I got out of Diamond Knot or anywhere out on the West Coast back in the 90s and such. But it's so rare to see something like that.
Well, since you brought up IPAs, I just got back from the West Coast, and I was at a bunch of different breweries, and they were listing beers, and they're calling them. Give you an idea how insidious New England IPAs have become.
Insidious, folks. He just used the word insidious.
You might want to use ubiquitous too.
No. Insidious is the right word here. It's become so insidious that you've got a West Coast brewery referring to a beer as a West Coast IPA. You're on the West Coast. It's just a fucking IPA.
It's like Chinese food in China. It's just food.
We did call them West Coast IPAs back in the 90s. They were
I know
American IPA, West Coast IPA.
But where I was going with this is that I got some of the West Coast IPAs at some of these breweries on the West Coast. They weren't West Coast IPAs. There was no pine. There was no pith. These weren't sticky. These weren't resiny. They were muted. And I think this is all that influence of that New England IPA, the hazy.
Before that, there was even the Fruit Loopy namby-pamby IPAs that were called West Coast IPAs, right? Those were those became the thing, and those were the ones that actually replaced the classic citrusy pine West Coast IPAs.
Yeah, the palate
wrecker. You had to drink them 5 minutes after you got them in the parking lot because they would they had no staying power to them.
No, you literally bought it. You had to go home, drink it, and throw the bottle out. Yeah.
So it's things have changed.
Mosaics have changed. And, they wanted tropical fruit, and that's all they wanted. And
Doug Smith said, "Muted is spot on, Johnny." Yeah, absolutely, 100%. And then he also said, American IPAs and British IPAs in the 90s. Yeah,
whole different.
You're not wrong. Completely two different beers.
Yes.
2 different beers in the 100%.
The British IPAs were the East Coast IPAs, like your Brooklyn.
Yeah.
East India.
Your malt forward IPA.
East India IPA.
Hop Devil was not in that category.
Hop Devil was not. Hop Devil was the West Coast IPA.
Even though it was an East Coast IPA.
And I will tell you this, and Dave, we had Pete Colucci on the show a month and a half ago. He just texted me. He had a couple of Victory's Hop Devils fresh Hop Devils, and brought him. He said he was home, chilled them off, opened them up, and he said he drank them, and it just brought him back, and it was amazing. He said it was an amazing experience. He said some fantastic, so fresh, literally brought him back. I can open up the text and read.
There's two East Coast IPAs that I will, if I see them on tap, and I know they're fresh, I will absolutely get them. One is Flower Power.
Sure.
And
Ithaca, yeah.
I haven't been to Ithaca in a while. I haven't had any Ithaca in a while.
And crap, the name just Daisy
Cutter from Half Acre.
Cutter and Daisy Cutter. Those two.
Yeah, I would get Victory because I don't see Hop Devil. And Doug and I were just talking about this too. You get 50 million monkeys, but you don't get the premium pills. You don't get the what's the Imperial Stout? The Storm King.
Storm King's gone, dude.
Storm King's gone. They haven't made that in ages.
Stopped making Storm. No, 2 years. They stopped making Storm King.
That's nuts.
They stopped making Storm King.
2 years is ages.
They stopped making Old Ho. That's that Storm King and Old Ho.
Yeah.
That's a travesty. They stopped making those two beers. It's horrible. And Pete was on the show. I actually have to hold him up to that because I need to have that beer, and we need to have that beer. And he has several bottles of Old Horizontal, and really? I need to get one.
And there's another conversation. As much as we complain about breweries that, we don't think that Great Lakes is as great as they used to be, or
but still,
whatever. At least they're still putting the beers out. If you've got a brewery that stops making classics like Old Horizontal and Storm King, I mean, that's the worst possible outcome. Right?
Horrible.
At all.
It's hard because, you know what? There's corporate money involved, right? Because Victory's now owned. Victory, Southern Tier, and 6 Point are owned by one. They're one company, right? They're one company. So the corporate money says, hey, these beers sell better. We're not making these beers that don't sell that much anymore. We're just focusing on this, and that's where craft beer is losing its edge.
And whose fault is that, though? I mean, if to the point, last time I went to Total Wine and they literally had a shelf full of monkey beers, it's because that's what craft beer buyers are buying.
There's like 6 different monkeys.
Yeah, but they're not buying the other stuff. So that's not Victory's fault. If
No.
Old Horizontal was flying off the shelves, they'd still be brewing it, right?
They'd still be brewing it.
It's us, or not us, but
no, it's not us. It's
not us. I'd be buying Old. I'd be buying
barley wine's a hard sell.
But it's
not
the
for me.
same case we made about Anchor going.
But that's us,
right?
By the way, I'm opening number 5. By the way, so
you're opening number 5, and your number 5 was my number 4, and that beer just stands up.
It's fantastic. I'm going to pour it.
It really does stand up.
On that note, though, I do have to say I want to get back to what I was saying as far as these variety packs go. So I talked about the Saranac. I just want to bring up 2 things. Sam Adams actually released their fall variety pack, and they did not put Boston Lager on it, which shocks the shit out of me. They did not put Boston Lager.
Which is what they always do.
Which is what they always do. But they put in Jacko Pumpkin, and they put in their Oktoberfest. But they put in 2 other beers. They put in a Helles Lager, and they put in a Dunkel. The Helles Lager is literally one of the best Helles Lagers that I've had brewed in the United States in I can't remember how long. Yeah. It's so good. It really is so good.
Think about the Helles.
And the Dunkel is spot on too. So there you go.
Yeah, the Dunkel I had a few years ago. Is it the Munich? What do they call it? I forget what they call it, but
it's not Final Friday like Harpoon, but it's along those lines.
Yeah.
I gotta look, but yeah, that's the one, right? The Dunkel's solid, but the Helles Lager is, oh my god! I literally want I want a couple of 6-packs of this beer. That's how
Oktoberfest is always extremely good.
Of course.
And as you guys know, Sam Adams has been Beer of the Month at Taco Mac this month. The first one, and you can get a full liter for $9.99 of any of the 4 beers,
which is insane. A full liter of that,
and you get a tchotchke with it too, though. So the first beer I had was
Cosby's
the
always nice.
Oktoberfest. As good as it is in the bottle this year, on draft, it was stellar. It was just bursting with toasty, nutty Munich malt goodness. And, I mean, they can do really great beers.
They do.
They do
They
still
do.
sometimes.
John,
Well,
John,
we talked-
it's called Flannel Fest.
Flannel
Flannel
Fest.
Fest.
Flannel Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Flannel Fest. It's fantastic. And but like I said, the Helles Lager was just like heads and shoulders above so many other Helles Lagers.
Which is
that I've
interesting
had.
because the Helles has to be
So
crisp and
good.
clean.
Oh my God, it was so good, Dave. It was
Yep.
so good. I got to get a few of these. I really do. I had 2 so far. I need more. That's the problem. But the other thing I want to bring up was Dogfish Head, and of course we're talking about the same company now because because Dogfish Head and Sam Adams is the same company. They released a fall rewind pack. Okay, so in it they have and they went the way of what Sam Adams used to do, and they put 60-minute in this pack. It didn't need to be in this pack. The other beers should have been in this pack, and I have a few, and I'm going to ask you both your opinion. But let me say this first. But aside from 60-minute, they had Pumpkin, of course, but they had 2 other beers. They brought back 2 other beers. All right, they brought.
Well, you
back,
know what one of them is.
They brought back which one?
You know it's going to be pumpkin ale.
No, Pumpkin Ale is one of the others in there.
Yeah,
But the other 2 beers they brought back. Okay,
and one of the ones they brought back was one of my favorite beers from them.
which one?
Chicory Stout.
Chicory Stout. They brought back Chicory Stout, and the other one they brought back was Raison d'Etre.
Oh, I got to buy it just for those 2.
Yeah,
It's funny.
100%.
You know, I've never been a
There's
fan of
three. There's
Raison
three of. There's 3 of each of them in there. Go buy the 12-pack. Go buy the variety pack. You get three
Well, it's got
Raison d'Etre and 3
it's-
Chicory Stouts in there. It's
It's
crazy.
got pumpkin ale.
So, I have mine. I know what I would want to see in that pack to replace 60-minute. We'll start with John. What's
For
your
fall.
for fall for this fall rewind pack? What would you rather see in that pack besides 60-minute?
I mean, I can't think of anything other than maybe 90-minute, but nope.
See, mine they would never put in cans into a variety pack.
What's that?
Bitches Brew.
Oh, Bitches Brew is amazing. And I said Bitches Brew. I talked with, and we had Brendan Mulligan on the show a few weeks ago. I said Bitches Brew. I said Midas Touch would have been a fantastic beer. But both of those are expensive beers. They would not have put them in a variety pack. But Indian Brown.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That would have been the beer to put in there with
India Brown
with
Ale.
those.
Absolutely.
Most of the Dogfish Head beers I think of are huge beers. They're not going to put them in a 12-pack like that.
No,
So,
no.
But Indian Brown,
Indian Brown is good.
They haven't brewed that in a long time.
It's been a while for Indian Brown. It has been.
That's
But you
fantastic.
think about that. Pumpkin,
Another one.
Raison d'Etre, Chicory Stout, and Indian Brown. That would have been. I would have bought. I probably would have bought 2 cases.
I would have
of
bought that. And
You
another
already
one.
got it with Chicory Stout and Raison d'Etre, unless you put some Worldwide Stout in there.
The other thing that you could probably put in there that would match those flavors was Palo Santo.
Palo Santo Moran. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Love
fantastic.
that beer. That was a great beer.
There's only one that gets above that for me, and that's and this circles back to one thing that John said before. Burton Baton.
Yeah, Burton Baton.
Yeah, and then
I love Burton.
Yeah, but that's not going to be in there either. Yeah.
That's not going in there either. But that's a fantastic.
the only thing you could possibly put in there would be India Brown.
Yeah, Indian Brown would have been the one. Indian Brown would have been the one. All right. I do want to say this really quick. Just because it wouldn't be a show if I didn't. It wouldn't be a Log Room Guy show if I didn't show a selfie. And not that I haven't
There
shown
we
a
go.
selfie before.
Is this the one with Sam?
No, not Sam or Jim. And when I said love does enter through the nose, we're talking about aromas before and everything else. That was a comment. That was a line from the TV show Frasier. All right, so there we go. So there's me and Kelsey. There you go, right there. I set that up. And
Wow,
Kelsey
that was-
actually does.
Here comes another multi-syllabic word here.
I'm waiting for him.
Gratuitous.
Gratuitous. It's a gratuitous
Plug.
No, the only reason I put that on there because
Just plug.
no,
Yes.
we're actually close to finalizing what show he's coming on. So That's probably
I
going to happen
gave up on
in
that.
the
I
year. I did
completely-
too. It's been 2 years, but it's most likely going to be in this calendar year. Kelsey will be on the show with us.
There's not a lot of this calendar year left.
We don't. That's my point. So there you
And
go.
if you were wondering why I was looking at my phone, we were talking about Sam Adams and the Jacko, and we were talking about beers they do really well. They actually, one of my favorite all-time pumpkin beers is a beer that they called Samuel Adams Double Pumpkin that they re-released under
remember
Fat Jack. That was a phenomenal beer.
Fat
Another
Jack
one
was-
was-
double
Fat-
pumpkin or Fat
Yeah.
Jack, fat like you said, Fat Jack. That was amazing. That
yeah,
was
Fat-
and they
Fat
sold it
Jack.
in the 22s.
Yep.
I had it on tap at Taco Mac under both names, and it was just unreal.
Fat
But
Jack
it
was
is-
released in that same series that Cinderbach was.
Yes,
Yeah.
In those weird,
Cinderbach.
in those
Cinderbach.
weird, in those
Yeah.
weird bottles.
And I love Fat Jack, and I love me and smoke beers. I mean, come on, our route beer
Cinderbach
show,
was
our route beer show is 4 months away, so
And I
we're
think
coming
they
up
would
on
know
it,
the
right?
damn well my favorite Sam Adams beer ever was Cinderbach.
Yeah, and
In that
so it
series
was a
though,
very good beer.
Double Bach is
Double Bach.
amazing.
Double Bach was
Original
there.
Cinderbach.
The
Yes.
original Double Bach is amazing.
Yes.
That beer is so nuts, so good. So, and we talked about that with Brandon. But in any event, on that note, I think we got a comment before we get to anything else. Brian Bogue, he opened his third beer. Brian, I'm on my fifth. There you go.
Oof.
Trogs. I'm glad he wrote this. Okay, Trogs LaGrave Triple Golden. That's a fantastic beer. I'm glad he wrote that though, because I did forget one other thing I want to bring up. We're talking about West Coast, all right?
Yeah.
And we're about to come up on the time of year where my favorite seasonal beer that is not spiced or anything else. Dave, what is it?
Oh, geez. Maybe we're talking about something from Sierra Nevada.
Maybe. What is it called?
It's in a red can.
Right.
It's coming to me. It's coming to me.
All right.
It's something about something's going on. People are happy.
Party time, maybe? We're gonna
Party time. Yeah, some sort of
Yeah.
party
Party time,
time.
right.
Yes.
Party
Right,
time. That's it.
celebration.
Sierra Nevada's
So-
party time.
It's a fresh hop ale, right? So
There
a
you go.
celebration. Celebration is a fresh hop ale. Now,
It's a fresh hop
Very-
ale, but it's also very good as an aged hop ale too.
oh my
So-
God, it's so
Yeah,
good.
you can eat the
I
fuck
have
out of that thing.
years. I have years going back
Yeah.
for celebrations. I do. But on that note, Trogs released for the fall season, they released Leaf Seeker. Okay.
See.
If you find Leaf Seeker, buy it. Okay.
Explain what it is.
It is a West Coast. It's a West Coast IPA. Okay, that's all it is. All right, but there's no way that they don't use whole cone hops in this thing because it is so in the direction of celebration. For a 6-pack that's going to cost you $11, go buy the damn thing. It's fantastic.
I wonder where I can
It
possibly
is
get
so good. Yeah, stop by.
Well, I am
Um,
now a leaf seeker. So you've
You
done
need to be a leaf seeker.
mission accomplished there.
Go for that. 100%.
Now I am on my fifth beer seeker, so I shall.
that. I don't have a fifth beer. So,
What are you drinking, John?
Well, he's got to go get it first. Give
He's
him
going to
half
get
a
it.
second. Give him half a
Well,
second.
I said it. When he comes back, he'll tell me.
He should
Remember,
tell me.
I can't see him walking away. He's frozen. You're not actually.
Okay,
you
so
haven't,
what?
you haven't
what-
frozen since the last time I
Yeah,
left.
but
you came
what
back.
you're doing is giving me a hard time about trying to fill airspace while John's getting his fifth beer.
Well, I figured you just like ramping. Like, I think he's going to get something interesting.
No, we know he's going to go get something interesting or something classic.
Brian just said his first beer was 12%. Yes, we know. Your first beer, that was an amazing beer. Fat Elvis, that was fantastic.
That is a great beer. I love it.
That's a great
But so I don't have a fifth beer, so I just poured a little bit of this.
Barrel aged Malort. You only have a little of that left. You
Yeah,
gonna kill that?
Look what's left. No, I'm not
You're
going to
gonna
kill
kill-
it tonight. No,
Yeah.
I'm going to save some because I have it. I've already poured it into. So you see this glass?
Oh wow,
How pretty is that?
that's
I
a very
actually-
pretty glass.
This came back with me from Bruges.
You know, I want to tell you this. I forgot to tell you this while John's coming back. Jess and I were at a thrift store probably a
Okay.
week ago, and I got to get back there. They had a set of those. They had a set of 12 for like $16, and
Get that.
I don't need 12 of those.
Well,
So
here's
what I
the
want to
thing.
do is I want to ask them. Okay, can I buy 4 of those for like $10, and then you can do whatever you want with the other 12, or 8, whatever it is.
Well, this there was 2 of them. This is
We don't do math on the show, so I didn't.
This is Austrian lead crystal.
Yeah, I don't know what these were made of, but it was literally a very similar glass. So,
but these are Austrian lead crystal. These are vintage, and yes, drinking out of lead crystal. Like my brain's not damaged enough as it is.
It was a difference at that point, right?
But I'm not going to drink a lot out of these. I love these glasses. I actually bought these for port, because these are fantastic port glasses.
There you go.
But so, Mr. Brew Guru, I'm drinking some of this.
Very, very nice.
Nice.
And my 5th beer, by the way, I didn't put it up on the screen. It is Dave's 4th beer, but it is 3 years old. This is 2022.
I think mine is 3 as well. But
Weyerbacher Pure Pumpkin is my. Hold on, I need to do this, and I'm using vanilla pumpkin as a placeholder. All right, but these are my 3. Hold on,
you got it backwards. There you go. You suck as it.
These are my 3. These are my top 3 pumpkin beers right here. There you go.
There you go, right there.
There you go. And
so your list actually changed. Nice.
I thought so. No, my list changed. Why? What did I have?
Because you had the vanilla version.
Oh no! I said I'm using this as a placeholder for Schlafly.
Oh,
I didn't drink Schlafly.
But you said it was better than the original Schlafly.
It's different. It's
different. So your list
might be
skewed a little.
Better, different, but not really better.
Yeah, I'm still sticking with Schlafly, but I'm using that as the prop for it.
So what's? I think that's just nostalgia on your end. If you like the vanilla better, Mr. Brew Guru, what's your 5th?
My 5th is, I think, your 2nd. I'm hard to keep track, but I must once again fix your deficiency.
That was my 3rd.
Yes. Oh, it was your 3rd. Okay. Yes. See.
This.
That was my 2nd.
How the hell should I know? Yes.
There we go. That was my 3rd. Yeah, because I'm going to drink the Punk King before I drink a Warlock.
You did.
So what was it? I'm sorry, I took the scroll off.
That was actually the Maple Warlock.
Oh, he had the Maple Warlock. I'm putting the scroll up for you. There you go.
There you go.
Elpham Skakurlag.
There you go. He pronounced it properly.
I will fix my camera for the next show. I promise. You guys can kick me out of the beer club.
There we go.
Oh God, no! You
never be kicked out of the beer club.
Us out of the beer club.
You're El Presidente of the beer club.
Yes. Capitan. Oh, do you want a picture of
over the lost business?
One sip, everybody knows the rules. There you go. So.
The guys from Taco Mac would be on the way to strangle both of you if that were ever happened.
There you go. You said El Capitan. There's El Capitan right there.
There you go. Oh, very nice. That is that is El Capitan. You're not.
That's El Capitan.
Oh my God! I look up. I know. There it is.
That's El Capitan from Yosemite. Of course, I did not scale it because I'm old and fat.
Please, you're preaching to the choir here, dude.
Yeah. So, at any rate,
the top line of my shirt.
I'm old.
I only have one kid left that has my last name, so that's how old I am. So.
Did you kill the others? I didn't even have one left.
I married them off.
Oh, wait a second.
They have other names.
Did Doug eat them?
Doug ate them, yeah.
All of them, yes.
Yeah. I have 2 sons-in-law.
Oh, I
said it right. Mr. Grammatic.
You got the grammar correct. Congratulations.
I didn't say son-in-laws. I said sons-in-law. There you go.
I never said you were having grammar problems. I said you were having thesaurus problems.
It's the same thing as sons-in-law, herbs de Provence, and coals de sac.
Don't talk about my sack.
I'm not talking about your sack. Anyway. This Weyerbacher, this 3-year-old Weyerbacher is fantastic. It really is.
That beer always holds.
I'm sorry. You know what? Look, if you're anywhere in the Northeast and you can get Weyerbacher, go buy the beer. Yeah. It's really, really good.
That beer, I think, makes it to about. I think it'll make it to about 5 years. I wouldn't drink it
I wouldn't drink it any longer than 5 years. There are some Weyerbacher's that will last beyond it. Do you remember Decadence from Weyerbacher?
Yes. This is one of my favorites.
I had a 10-year-old Decadence about 10 years ago, and it was way better than it was when it was fresh.
Heresy is best at 3 years, and will continue on very, very well from that. blasphemy. The more you age that, the better that beer gets.
What's the imperial stout? That the big imperial stout.
That's heresy.
That's old
Heresy?
heathen. It's old heathen.
Old
but
heathen, and it becomes heresy.
when you bourbon barrel age it.
I've got a bomber, an aged bomber, and a relatively fresh 12-ounce of that. I think.
It's the bourbon barrel. It's the bourbon barrel age, or just the imperial?
Yeah, I think it's the bourbon barrel age.
That's
heresy.
heresy.
That's
Yeah, I
heresy.
keep meaning to do them side by side, but
That's one of my favorite beers, and anytime I find it,
And blithering idiot, the barley wine, the bourbon barrel age version of that is insanity.
that's good. Okay.
I've got a couple of blithering idiots sitting
Yeah.
with you on this show.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I have a couple of those. They come to see football with me every Sunday.
Yeah.
My
Hey,
favorite.
oh, look, by the way, you brought it up. I wasn't going to bring it up. You brought up the word football.
Jesus
okay?
Christ!
All right.
I gotta get to bed tonight.
Anybody wants to get my take on anything sports, watch tomorrow night to Get On With The Sports Podcast, 7:30 on
And
the Get On With The Sports
save us
Podcast.
from having to do it on this show.
And I'm not gonna be like be what's the word I'm like not belittle it, but anyway, I'm not gonna let it go on. I'm not gonna
Belabor.
Thank
I told you he's having thesaurus problems.
I am having to
Well, I'm just going to say that if we start talking football, this show's going to go downhill faster than Ramondre Stevenson in the fucking end zone.
All right.
Let's
Has
not.
anybody
Let's-
seen
let's-
the
let's not-
news at who's the starting quarterback for the New York Giants?
Let's not go there. It's just we know it's asinine. Let's just move on.
No,
Let's
it's
get
not
on board.
asinine. It's Jackson Dart. All right.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
It's so,
Asinine.
behind
Asinine.
so far above asinine, it's Asa 10 now. So
It's Asa 10.
Yes.
And
Well,
by the way,
speaking of numbers,
I will be at that game with Brian. So there you go.
you guys
So
have
anybody else wants to join, please
fun. I
join
may have to
us.
try
too.
to find tickets for this against San
There
Diego.
you go. He
right?
said it's against San Diego. Yeah. Next Saturday, I'm drinking a 2007 Boak's Monster Mash for his big birthday.
Bobby Morris Pickett. Cool. I
And
love
you know what? John and I might
Now, that's not this Saturday. It's next
Saturday after that. We're
Right.
talking October.
So
4th.
I'll be with Brian prior to that day, this Sunday.
Yes, but October 4th, we'll see.
Right. There you
So,
go.
but we're
Anyway.
throwing a lot of numbers out there. But three.
So Brian and
is the-
I,
three is the
maybe
magic
Dave,
number.
if he can get a ticket, but Brian and I will be at Jackson Dart's first NFL start ever. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll report back. But in any event, if anybody wants to really find out what I'm talking about and what my feelings are as far as
Watch the show.
Giants football or watch the show. Watch the Get On With The Sports Show tomorrow. Anyway,
So with all these numbers, 3 is the magic numbers.
3 is the magic number. All right, I am ready for top threes. What do you think?
I'm ready to go. You ready to go, Mr. Starodumsky?
Oh, I'm so ready. I've been ready since he told me what they were. I've been driving around in my car all week.
Listen to music.
Sirius XM 80s on 8, and I had my 3 ready, but I didn't hear anything to convince me, but I came close a couple times. Given what today was, Debbie Harry came close with her rapture to she gets an honorable mention, but yes, but
You know that she was almost.
Hold that thought. Brian did just say, I may break out a 2009 for you to enjoy.
Oh,
Thank you
maybe.
so much, Brian. I'm looking forward to that. There you go. Anyway,
You do
continue.
realize that she was almost.
Hold on. I didn't put up what it is yet.
But no.
Did I
He's
stop-
talking about before you do it. When he brought up Deborah Harry, she was almost grabbed by one. What was the serial killer that almost got her? She managed to escape him.
David Berkowitz,
I think it was Berkowitz. Yeah,
son of Sam.
I think it was the son of Sam that she managed to actually escape. Yeah, she was in New York City, and
In 78.
and she was walking through, and someone picked her up, and when she got in the car, she realized there was no door handle on her door. She got some really creepy vibes off the guy, rolled the window down and opened it from the outside, and then ran off.
Wow.
And when she gave the description of the guy, it turned out that I think it was Berkowitz.
yeah, David Berkowitz was the son of Sam. So
Yeah, I think that's who it was. Any rate,
And
So-
people don't understand, but her mother was a very famous spy in World War II, which was Mata Hari, of course. But
I was like wondering where you're going with that.
Gotta love that. Gotta love that. Anyway, so tonight's top 3 list is top 3 favorite
No,
obscure.
it was Ted Bundy, by the way.
It's Ted Bundy, right?
That was rumored.
Yeah. Top 3 favorite obscure early 80s songs. Top 3 favorite obscure early 80s songs. So, John, kick us off with your top 3.
So, number 3 of my top 3, and again, I've been ruminating on this all for about a week now. And I challenge either of you to come up with a song that is rather obscure from the early 80s, more apropos to this show. It's from Don Henley from his 1984 album Building the Perfect Beast, and the song is "You're Not Drinking Enough."
You're not drinking.
It's actually a very, very good song, and I really love the hell out of it in the early 80s. There. Number 2, moving up 3 notches this week, is
moving up 3 notches this week.
Yeah. It's from an Australian band called Moving Pictures, and it's called "What About Me."
That's a great song. I love.
Yeah,
that
by
song.
Days of Innocence.
Yeah,
That's from '82. I just love that song. I loved it then, and I still love it now. Actually, the songwriter from the band actually was inspired by. He actually saw a kid who was waiting, and people kept passing him over, and to get to the counter, and he wrote a song about it. It turned out to be a great song. Kid finally got to the counter, only to be told, "You're not drinking enough."
That's great.
And then my top.
I
song,
think that's made up by Mr. Starodubsky there.
Okay, maybe that last. He actually did. He said that was how he was inspired to write it. He saw Kid Buddy. He wasn't told that.
I mean, the whole "you're not drinking enough" part of it was made up by Mr. Starodubsky.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I can't support that. I did make that up. But the top one is actually from 1983. It's from an album called "Error in the System." There's 2 versions of it that we would see here in the U.S. It's from a German artist called Peter Schilling.
Ooh, Peter
my
Schilling,
God!
yeah.
From
Major Tom. Major Tom.
Major Tom is the English version, and my favorite version is the German one, the original "Völlig losgelöst," which means falling helplessly into space. And again, it's about an astronaut who goes up to a counter and gets passed by multiple times,
and it was told he wasn't
only to
drinking
get lost in space and be told that he's not drinking. So yes,
and then Peter Schilling went on to open a great brewery up in New Hampshire too.
Yes, he did actually, and you can see him. And on Thursdays, he does sing with no cover. So if you guys happen to be up there, you can. But those are my top 3 obscure '80s hits.
Whereas all these songs are real, nothing else that came out of John's mouth was particularly. Don't go there expecting Peter Schilling to be playing at Schilling. Schilling Ales?
Schilling Beer Company.
Schilling Beer Company.
Which is German, just like Peter Schilling. So
yes,
just
like Peter
I
Schilling.
mean, it could happen.
It could.
It could, but it's not every
I'm
Thursday. It's just
no, it's not every Thursday. I tend to lie a lot. If you guys
maybe every Thursday. Are you lying right now, John?
I could be lying, but if everything I say is a lie and I tell you I am lying, then yes.
This is the Lady and the Tiger conundrum. Yes.
Yes, it's also the what is it? The Star Trek Harry Mudd.
Harry Mudd. Yes.
So,
Mudd's women.
Mudd's women.
That's the one. Alrighty, so I guess I'm up, huh, John?
You're up. Let's go.
So I have like so many things written down, but I've narrowed it down to 3 honorable mentions and then top 3. And I took a little bit of a different tack here. I wanted to make sure that some of these songs, or at least the albums they were off of, were known.
Right.
So one of my honorable mentions is I had to bring up one of my favorite bands from when I was growing up. That's Electric Light Orchestra. And in the 80s, one of the albums they released was an album called Time. the big hit off of that was "Hold On Tight to Your Dreams," which was a rockabilly thing. And
that's not an obscure hit, by the way.
That's not the one I'm talking about, though. Because of that, it's not an obscure hit. There was the beginning of it was the prologue and a song called Twilight, and I absolutely love this. The way they opened this up. This album could have been a rock opera. It does tell a story. And the last time I saw ELO in concert, they actually had a robot come out and perform the prologue because it's like a tone poem per se. So that's one of my honorable mentions. Another one is because U2 became such a huge band, but they came out in the 80s with an album called Boy. And I Will Follow was the song that pretty much introduced them to this country. And I just love the way it started off with the bells. So that's an honorable.
I Will Follow is not an obscure.
I'm not saying it's obscure, but it's going to be. Like I said, I wanted to make sure that these things were actually even known. And this next one's
hold
really,
on. Before you go there, hold on. Before you go there.
Yeah.
Before you go there.
Do you have a picture with Bono? What do you?
No, I don't. Hold on.
What are you doing here?
No.
John's going to his phone, which means there's this gratuitous friggin'.
Hold on.
What are you doing?
Here we go. Hold on.
I can't vamp anymore because I've got to go on the third honorable mention here.
That is me singing I Will Follow right there.
Great, with no head. You were decapitated. Awesome. John can't see the screen, so he doesn't realize he just decapitated himself.
Yeah.
And where did his head go? Doug ate it.
Doug ate it.
And in the background is a picture of Bono with Kelsey Grammer.
Right.
Exactly. Anyway, go ahead. So what
Well,
song
one
off
is
of
also
Boy was it?
not an obscure song per se. It's off of Sandinista by The Clash. And it's Magnificent Seven. And I just loved this song because it started with this great bass riff. And then they just jump into it. But so those are the honorable mentions. So I'll go my number 3. And I think this is an obscure song, even though it's kind of a hit. I don't think a lot of people paid too much attention to it. Because back in the day, it wasn't that much of an accepted song. It's by a band called Bronski Beat. And it's called Small Town Boy. And this song was sung entirely in falsetto. And at the time, we were young, we were innocent, we didn't know what the hell was going on. We didn't realize that this was actually a Scottish band's gay anthem. And because the video for the song made no sense to us until you realized it was a gay anthem. And it was just a fantastic song, had a great message to it. Absolutely one of my favorite songs from the early 80s. That's number 3. Number 2. So Peter Gabriel's third album. It's called Peter Gabriel 3, oddly enough. Most of us know it as Melty Faces. And that's the one that had Games Without Frontiers on it. I don't recall. But my favorite song off that album was called Intruder.
It's called what? I'm sorry?
Intruder.
Oh, Intruder. Yeah.
Intruder.
That I just... And there's so many great obscure songs off that album. It's just a great album from top to bottom. Family Portrait was such a great song. Through the Wire. But I had to go with Intruder on that one. I think that was my favorite album. But my number one comes from an album that was just a huge friggin' hit of an album in the 80s, and that's Rio by Duran Duran.
Hold on. I got to guess.
Go ahead, guess. This is a lot of dead air, John.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
John, and I just what day is it today? It's Tuesday. So 6 days ago, I saw them live.
My Own Way?
No.
Yep.
The Chauffeur.
The Chauffeur. That would have been the last one on that album I would have picked.
I love that song. Now, my favorite song off the album, but it's not obscure, is Save a Prayer. That's my favorite song off that album. But if you're going to talk obscure, then it's The Chauffeur. There's just bump, bump, bump. Just that keyboard part is haunting. Absolutely haunting. Love that song. And the reason it became my number one on this particular list is because it is an obscure song off of one of the most popular albums from the time period we're talking about.
There you go.
Interesting, but I will tell you, if I ask my kids, they will tell me that anything I listened to in the 80s is obscure today. So
absolutely.
No, you're not wrong. Yeah, my kids say the same thing.
So your list, Johnny.
I'm up. All right. Well, first of all, everybody knows I've said this before. Anytime we've talked about music, as far as one of the lists or anything on this show, Dave has brought up the point that I am a huge Rush fan, but I cannot put any song, especially in the early '80s, on this list from Rush because here's the thing, and this was my mindset in thinking about this. If it's a Rush song, if you know Rush, it's not obscure.
That's what I was trying to explain to John, that nothing that Rush puts out is obscure to John.
Rush, no, that's not. It's not just me. Rush fans. It doesn't matter how deep the track goes on the album; they know the track. It's not obscure, so they can't.
But my argument to you is that to the rest of us, The Trees is an obscure song.
Yeah, but you know what? Other than Limelight and Tom Sawyer and Spirit of Radio, every Rush song is obscure.
No, there's a few more than that. I get your point, but yeah, to the rest of us, most of their songs are obscure.
Right. So, in any event, I can't put any Rush song on the list, but I will give you two other honorable mentions at that point. And I don't know how obscure these are. Okay, so most of these are top 40 hits. All right, they're not. Excuse me. I can't stop these hiccups. I'm terribly sorry. I don't even know what it is.
You need some peanut butter. Spoonful of peanut butter.
I do need some peanut butter. Yeah. So they're not rock. They're not new wave on the Duran Duran side. Late 80s. Not early 80s, but mid to late 80s. I can get into.
They're Namibian New Age.
Right. But I'll give you these. So I don't know how obscure these may be, but as far as honorable mentions go, David Bowie, back in the day, excuse me, Ashes to Ashes.
That's not obscure.
How I've never heard of it, and I'm pretty good Bowie fan. But
how not obscure is it though, Dave? Because that's my point.
Well, I was a big Bowie fan, so maybe it's not obscure to me.
It's not his top 40 hits from the early 80s. It's not his top 40 hits from the late 80s. It's off of Scary Monsters, which Fashion was a bigger hit than as
it fits in with the Peter Schilling theme here,
right?
Because exactly. it's another thing in the Major Tom saga.
They refer to Major Tom in Ashes to Ashes, and obviously David Bowie came up with Major Tom in Major Tom, right? So
it's Space Oddity,
right? But Ashes to Ashes, and the reason
Major Tom is the actual Schilling song.
Is this song, right?
It is, but one of the reasons I picked the German version as the more obscure version is because most Americans wouldn't be familiar with that one.
Well, just most Americans don't know the Beatles' "Come Get Me, Dinah Hand."
Yes.
Well, and most Americans wouldn't know the German version of After the Fires, Der
Kommissar.
Yeah, Der Kommissar. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
That would be
or the German version of Rock Me On a Day.
And poor Johnny was just talking about monster songs and scary stuff and thought that might cure his hiccups, but he's seen my face, so nothing's ever going to do it after that.
I'm trying to get rid of these fuckers.
Yeah.
So.
Here is a surefire way.
If my face doesn't cure him, you're in trouble. Yeah.
The surefire way to cure hiccups: hold your breath for about 22 minutes.
Yes.
All right, hold on.
You can do it.
Let's time this.
You will never have hiccups again after that.
In your life, it is the 100% cure for this.
All right, never mind. I give up. Anyway, so Ashes to Ashes. And on that note, I do want to point out, too, if you ever saw the video for Ashes to Ashes from David Bowie, there are people there. At one point in the video, when he's singing the chorus, Ashes to Ashes, Funk to Funky, we know Major Tom's a junkie, right? Yeah. He's walked it's David Bowie in the suit, right? And there's a bunch of people walking with him in robes, and they're walking in front of a backhoe, and there's this backhoe just driving, and they're walking in front of it, and their arms are going down like this as they're walking, all of them except for David Bowie. Everybody else's their arms are going down. Now, what that was they were actually going down to pull their robes out from under their front foot so they could take the next step. All right.
That better works.
All right. But
you keep tracking this out, I'm going to kill this bottle.
I know. But what's funny about that is, if you remember Betty Davis Eyes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. From Kim Carnes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kim Carnes.
In that video, there are people that are paying homage to that part of the David Bowie video with their arms going down. It's so weird. I mean, they're not obviously pulling their robes out from underneath their
and there's no backhoe behind them.
There's no backhoe behind them, right? Exactly. So anyway, I just thought it was funny.
No Bowie. Anyway.
No. So anyway, so that's.
I know I'm not going to get into the video for the show for it.
All right, and right. So to my three.
Actual top three now. We're past the honorable mentions, right?
Exactly. So exactly. I can't stand the hiccups. I don't know why it is.
You need to keep peanut butter by your.
I do. I need to keep a jar of peanut butter here. Anyway, Todd Rundgren.
I've heard of him.
And Liv Tyler heard of him too. In fact, for the first 9 years of her life, she thought he was her father. But
this is correct. Yes,
this is true. Time Heals.
That is a beautiful song.
All right, that is he actually did that song by himself. No other band. It wasn't Utopia. Anything else? He was by himself.
I was just going to say, do you remember what his band?
No, it wasn't Utopia. It was by himself, and it was in England, and he recorded it, and he actually did a video for it, and he used an Amiga computer. Excuse me. An Amiga computer to do the video, and it was an early MTV video, right? Time Heals. If you're bleeding, then everyone knows you're bleeding. Right? Anyway, damn fucking hiccups.
And I can't even think of it, but there was of course, I listened to 70s on 7 a lot on Sirius, and there was a song that I really love, and I never knew Todd Rundgren wrote it. And you get the background stories on a lot of this stuff. If I ever remember it, I'll let you guys know. But man, Todd Rundgren was so talented.
He was
one of the more underrated artists.
Not at the time. Kim Carnes and Betty Davis Eyes is so great, but she had that song "Crazy in the Night," which is really a good 80s
song.
Yeah,
it is. It is. And Todd Rundgren, I actually saw Todd Rundgren once. He actually was one of the members of. I saw the Ringo and his all-star band.
That was the third iteration, I believe.
And Todd Rundgren was part of it, so I actually did see Todd Rundgren. They did not do Time Heals that night. They did I Want to Bang on Your Drum All Day. They did that. So.
Did they do We Gotta Get You a Woman?
They did not do that, no.
So you're
anyway,
number two.
My number two, Donnie Iris.
Alea?
Not Ilea.
Ah, good.
Sweet Mary Lee.
I don't know that one.
Sweet Mary Lee, yeah. She comes on like daylight, softly creeping, sneaking through the glass. Yeah. Sweet Mary Lee. I
never knew that Donnie Iris had any other songs.
I do like. Well, no, he had a lot of songs. Alea was obviously his biggest hit. But he had. Do You Compute? There we go. That was another one of his.
Oh God, I do remember. That was
but Sweet Mary Lee. That's my number two from Donnie Iris. Actually, it was a really, really cool song. I love that song.
I'll pull that one up.
And my number one, and this one I say it's obscure for me. It's obscure for probably a number of people, but it definitely did chart higher in Billboard than Sweet Mary Lee and Time Heals. Not much higher, but higher. I mean, incrementally higher, but higher than Sweet Mary Lee.
Oh, you're actually trying to access your thesaurus again properly.
Oh, I did, yes. And that would be Joe Jackson, You Can't Get What You Want.
That's a great song. I love
it. That's a good song. That's a very good song.
Yeah. You can't get what you want till you know what you want. Right. You can't get what you want till you know what you want. Yeah.
Joe Jackson was, I think, very, very underrated, even in his day.
Absolutely.
And Joe Jackson had one of the most insane fucking bass players in his early years.
Oh yeah,
I really swear that guy was on cocaine. There's no way you could sustain the beats that he put off in every fucking song without some performance enhancing drugs. And let's face it, in the 80s, the performance enhancing drug was cocaine.
Well, yeah, there wasn't really much anything else. So
no, it wasn't cocaine. Actually, he was prescient because he was singing about the craft beer movement. You can't get what you want until you get what you want. Then you want something else, motherfucker.
That's about right. Yeah.
All right, that's the open right there. Let me write the time down too. There you go. All right, there you go.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Oh, I can't wait till we get into the later 80s.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're going to do that again. The next time John's on the show, we're going to do the late 80s.
The problem with the late 80s is I think my list will be entirely dominated by the Fix.
No, Fix was early 80s.
Not some of the songs I'm thinking of.
All right, well, fair enough.
Well, I have to say, this was the most fun list that I've ever prepared for. So I had a lot of fun listening to music, thinking about it. And, I thought about songs that, again, I really enjoyed that are probably obscure for a lot of people. I know the Don Henley song was not, I don't think that was a hit off the album.
No, it wasn't.
So
it was not a hit off that. My favorite Don Henley song, just Don Henley on his own, is Dirty Laundry. That's my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mine's New York Minute, his biggest hit.
Yeah, New York Minute's great. Dirty Laundry does edge out New York Minute.
Heart of the Matter was really good. I think that was that.
I love Heart of the Matter.
That's probably number 3.
Yeah.
But New York Minute just has this air of desperation and I just love the way he paints a picture in that particular song. I love it.
Yeah, and Brian Boak just wrote. I think I only do the 70s.
I've seen his stereo system, and I don't think it can play anything beyond the 70s.
Was it a Marantz?
No, it's actually not a Marantz, but there might be a Techniques in there.
I had a Techniques, and I did 70s.
I love
70s and 80s.
My
system was a Techniques. Back in the day, my system was a Techniques, and I did
my favorite tape deck ever because I had a double tape deck that could record. Remember being able to record on a cassette?
I have a better appreciation of the 70s in my 60s than I did in the 70s.
I can't say you're wrong. And who was John? And I want to bring this up because we're talking music here, but you're talking about what was the? Oh, was it Climax? What? No, it wasn't
Climax Blues Band.
Climax Blues Band. Was it who was the band that your song with your wife?
Oh, I love you. That's for Babs. That's the one that really reminds me.
The wedding song
of my wife.
Right.
Now, because we, pick me up off the floor, blah blah blah.
It's fantastic.
Miles away, and I was in a bad time in my life and all that, and.
I thought it's because you were passed out drunk. She had to pick you up.
Yeah, well, that was part of it too. But
6 to 1. I mean, come on, right?
let's be real. Yeah. I mean, I was part of the song is I was hitting the beer, right? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that song is like.
But yeah, it's so I mean, you go back to it's crossover, right? It's the late 70s into early 80s. It's quite frankly, and I hate to put a moniker on all of us. Right, but it is yacht rock. I mean, we are yacht rock, right? We are.
But not everything we mentioned was yacht
rock. No. By all means, our musical taste.
I just don't want the listeners
beyond yacht rock, but we are what yacht rock represents.
Yes, we didn't call it yacht rock at the time.
Of course we did.
Those were great days for me. Those were great days for beer, and they were great days for music because I bought my Bose 901s in 1984, and I still got them today, and they still rock.
Fantastic.
And I had a Carver receiver pushing them. I had
I had a Carver. I did.
And I had a rock my basement like crazy listening to. I would work my ass off all day and come home, listen to music, and drink beer all night. And I can't do that today like I did in those
My
days.
first receiver was a Techniques, then I went to Onkyo, and
Yeah.
there's a lot there.
I honestly, if I had to, I had all Techniques equipment. I had all Techniques equipment, and then I went into higher end audio. But you know that, obviously.
I had a lot of Techniques.
But
my turntable.
But
was
if I
Technics.
had to go back, honestly, if I had to go back and buy anything that's still made today, that was a throwback or whatever, it would be either Techniques or it would be Marantz.
Never had
fantastic
Marantz.
stuff. Yeah, it was fantastic stuff. But look, hey, I'm
Remember the day that our speakers were like this tall?
Yep.
With woofers that were like bigger than our
I
heads?
had cabinets that were woofers, subs, if you will, and then I had speakers on top of those that were the tweeters, that were the mid range and the high end.
I guarantee you, both of you know that sound of the cabinet where you kept all those, pushing that magnet in to open it.
Yes.
You still remember that sound?
Your
Right?
equipment.
Oh, I hate you. I'm going to do that all night now.
Speaker wise, my Bose was different because everybody then was like woofers and tweeters and wanted massive bass. Bose is about direct reflecting sound, right? So
there was no separation.
But I remember in '84, if you're ever gonna get in an accident, hit somebody with a brand new pair of Bose speakers in his car, because I had just got out of the parking lot. It sounds great, Warwick, Rhode Island, right near the airport. I was so excited. Of course, I had a 76 Dodge Monaco in '84, so it wasn't a masterpiece. But this guy hit me in the ass, and I had my speakers, and I was like, "It's all right. I got to get home. I want to hear my speakers. Let's go." So he got away with it, but fond memories from those days.
Yeah, but you could hit that. You could hit that kind of car pretty damn hard and be like, "What was that?"
Yeah,
and that's about it.
Luckily for me, it wasn't a Ford Pinto.
It wasn't a Pinto. Yeah, it wasn't a Pinto.
Yeah,
because it would have exploded, and we wouldn't be here tonight talking
unsafe at any speed, according to Ralph.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this. I got a couple of comments we're going to put up there. Doug Smith said, "Dingus Fingus, the girl with
Dingy
Fingus, the girl with a curious hand." There you go.
There's so many jokes there.
There he goes. Orion the Hunter, So You Ran. And they said, Thin Lizzy, Bad Habits. That's a good song.
I know that song.
That's a good song.
And Thin Lizzy, they got their name because they completely misunderstood the accent. Mm-hmm. They wanted to name themselves after the nickname for the Model T, which was Tin Lizzy.
Tin Lizzy.
But they thought it was because they're Scottish?
Scottish.
So when you say Tin Lizzy in Scottish, it's Thin. That's how you would pronounce it. So that's why they became Thin Lizzy.
Thin Lizzy. Hey, the boys are back in town. That's all I got to say. So.
Jailbreak.
Jailbreak
is my favorite bass.
No, Jailbreak's a great song. There's a lot of great things, but boys are back in town. I know it's top 40, but it just does it for me.
That's their big hit, but I liked Jailbreak because
Jailbreak's number 2 for me, and it's a close second. But
it's number 1 for me because of the bass line.
There you go. It. And then Brian Boak said, Doug actually said, all early mid 80s obscure singles. Dingy Fingus is the most obscure.
Yeah, think.
100%. And late 70s, Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus.
That's not obscure. Everyone knows that one.
No, the name of it is the obscure part of it. But there you go.
The obscure part of it is the extended version where you've got the Popeye.
Yes.
In it.
100%.
Yes, when you get the full album version of it, people don't know that the Popeye.
They don't know what it is. Yeah.
You can go a little bit.
And then Brian Boak said, "I think I only do the 70s." He said, and he said, Vector researched 9,000 Yamaha turntable Onkyo tape deck.
Yeah, I said, I think his system can't play anything past the 70s.
Yeah, and then he said,
"It'll burn."
I am anti yacht rock. No, you're not.
I think he's anti the name.
I think he's anti the name of the
nomenclature, not the music,
the moniker of yacht rock. Yeah,
and I agree with him.
I don't like it either, but yeah. And clearly, Donald Fagen doesn't like it either because
he may respect
Steely Dan drips yacht rock, but yet Donald Fagen says we're Steely Dan's not yacht rock, and they're not.
But
But
Christopher
yet they
Cross,
are.
Christopher Cross is that's how it was named.
Sailing.
Sail away, right? Sailing. I saw him.
You did. I did not. It was raining. I didn't go.
You should have been there. Christopher Cross, I think, would also deny the term yacht rock. And frankly,
I think everybody that is yacht rock would deny the term yacht rock.
And I agree with Brian Book. I hate going to a show and seeing people in those fucking captain hats. Knock it the fuck off, Jesus Christ.
Well, I do have to tell you that a buddy of mine, a good friend of mine that I went to high school with, Mike Mano, I'll give him a shout out on this, and his band Suit and Mai Tai. Now they're a yacht rock band. Okay, now they play locally in Jersey, right? And they do some amazing gigs, right? They actually did a gig at they were a steady gig on Thursday nights, I think it was, at Jenkinson's in Point Pleasant. And the last show of the year they did, David Bryan from Bon Jovi actually showed up at the gig and actually jumped up on stage and played with them a bunch of songs. So it was kind of cool. So they're a big thing.
Captain's hat?
He was not. No, he was not.
Good for him.
There are people in the audience at their shows that do captain's hats or whatever.
I'm fine with the parrot heads wearing the coconut bras and all that, but stop it with the fucking captain hats.
I know.
And sometimes I see them for shows that aren't even yacht rock shows, and they're wearing the captain hat. Stop it.
I know.
Going back to the 70s equipment, though, from Brian's point, I will say that my dad had a Macintosh vacuum tube amplifier and speakers.
Oh, wow.
And he bought, and those things could jam out some music in the 70s. I remember as a kid listening to that stuff, and he sold in the 90s for like, I don't know, 5 times what he paid for them.
I'm sure.
After so many years of
100%. All that equipment, if it was still in great shape,
yeah,
please, you made a mint on reselling that stuff.
You made a mint because most of the existing versions were buried with
Horrible.
Jimmy Hoffa somewhere in Giant Stadium.
In the coffin
He's
corner.
still there.
It's still there. Yes.
Still there.
If you want to go dig it up, you can get them today. But yeah.
But Suit and Mai Tai is an amazing yacht rock band. They actually play so many amazing songs. They actually did. And
You're going to make me kill this bottle because
I am. I'm just trying to stretch it until you do. But Bar A right over here in Belmar. This is Mike and myself at their last gig.
It wouldn't be a show until he's got at least 2 selfies.
I have to, but this is their band too. They were. Hold on, am I gonna?
Mike and the Mechanics. More 80s.
Mike and the Mechanic. There we go. Here we go. That's their. Let me just do this, and that's their band. There you go.
There it is.
Yeah. Suit and Mai Tai. Suit and Mai Tai. Suit and
your tie.
Mai Tai. Mai Tai.
Your tie.
His tie.
Yeah. They're an amazing band. They really are.
Oh, please don't say my tie because now we're going to get Doug talking about his.
No. Do we have
all the tiki stuff?
We have to talk. We'll talk about that on another point because we're still doing the tiki show. But
I was given not so much an ultimatum, but I was told that I cannot start collecting tiki cups because I already have a problem with beer glassware. As Mr. Starr
you only need 2 or 3. You don't need a million. You only need 2.
You guys are gonna. Was your wife told you this?
Yeah. And I even told Doug I will not start a tiki collection. Doug has started his. He has a scorpion bowl.
I don't need a scorpion bowl. There's only 2 or 3 tiki glasses I need.
My wife told me today. I told her. I forgot to tell her earlier that we were doing the pumpkin show today, and she told me that I need to do more Tuesday night shows with you guys because I am more mellow after these shows. I immediately checked her for a fever, but yes, that's my shocker for today.
I love the fact that she uses that mellow instead of hungover.
No, she thinks I'm more mellow the next day. So
that's called hungover. I'm going to use that euphemism from now on. I'm sorry. I drank all night. I'm mellow.
There you go. And hold on, Brian did say, hold on. Did I put this up? He did say that was the downstairs Upstairs, I have a Denon
Denon, I
120
forgot about
watts,
Denon.
7 Denon 7.1 channel receiver with Bose 301s and a killer subwoofer, 100%. And then he said that was down. Oh, he said the same thing. He posted the same thing twice. Yeah. And then he said Macs were killer amps. They were. Macintosh were killer amps. They were amazing.
I remember my father.
I'm in an apartment complex. If I had a subwoofer, I would probably be asked to move out.
But I have to say, I had the 901s hanging from the ceiling in my basement.
Oh my, you did
off, and that's the best way to do it because you get the thing with the 901s is you get the direct reflection from the rear, and then they have a couple. It's all single firing speakers. There's no woofers or anything, or tweeters or whatever. It's all main drivers.
Apparently, I'm allergic to emptying bottles of Malort.
That's what it is.
Off the Carver, they were like unbelievable.
All right, fair enough. And then he also said, Doug also said, you can't have a small curated tiki mug collection, Dave. And
I want to get
you can have a small curated. He said, I hit a great tiki bar in Kansas City, Missouri.
You did show us some of the drinks
on our group. Yes, he did.
You got the hiccup. And I am
bless you.
Sneezing my ass off.
The Tiki Show will happen. I don't think it's going to happen tomorrow night.
On the Anna Chaser, right?
On Anna Chaser.
Doug Smith, if you are not watching these two guys, you're dead to me.
Yeah. No, he's watching.
You better be watching that.
He's watching, but it's going to happen. But in any event, on that note,
is it tomorrow?
It's supposed to be tomorrow, but it's not going to happen tomorrow. So it'll be 2 weeks or next Thursday, depending on what happens on that note. We'll talk about that. But in any event, on John's note, to John's point, his wife said he's more mellow the next day. The next day he needs to come on the show is November 25th.
November 25th would be the Holiday Beer Show.
That would be the Holiday Beer Show 2 days before Thanksgiving.
Woohoo! Yes, I'm all about it.
All right.
We've got John's already got a bunch of stuff set aside.
I do.
I'm building.
You're building. There you go. I am going to drink my last and final, and it's going to be a sad occasion, but I'm going to, a joyous one. I'm going to drink my last and final Avery Old Jubilation that night. Because they have San Miguel now owns Avery, and they will never, unless they change their minds, they will never brew Old Jubilation again.
And I may drink my last and final Anchor Christmas ale to commiserate with you.
I will drink an Anchor Christmas ale on the show. It's not my last one. I've got a lot of old ones.
I have an Anchor that I will have on the show, but I will, to Dave's point and to John's point, I have right now. I have a 9-year-old. I have a Magnum of a 9-year-old.
You got a Magnum of a 9-year-old,
right? And I will not drink that Magnum. I will not open that Magnum unless at least the 3 of us, if not 5, including Doug and Tom.
Don't forget Matt. Wow, that was a whole fucking.
I'm kidding. Matt knows I'm kidding. No, I will not open that Magnum. Honestly, to be honest with you, I will not open that Magnum until the 3 of us, Tom, Dave, and Matt, the 6 of us are together.
We still got to figure out how to make
6 of us.
Speaking of commiserating, I actually got you a present that I hoped I would be able to present to you after the Chiefs game.
Are you talking to me or Dave?
To you,
all of us,
John. Yes.
Oh, jeez.
I was hoping
we're both Giants fans, so yeah.
But
we can't read it because it's backwards, John.
Yeah, it's a Chiefs fan action figure, complete with crying towel, and
there you go. Well, hey,
it was good for 2 games anyway.
It was good for 2 games.
But just because you lost your last Super Bowl that you were in, you're going to cry about.
I will be at. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I actually like that. No, I do like that. But I will be at Jackson Dart's first start with Brian, and if Dave can find a ticket, then he'll be there too. So.
We'll see. After the last loss, we'll see how the tickets drop.
Well, here's the thing: the tickets started to drop, and then they announced Jackson Dart will be the starter. So I think they're going to go up. But
they were still when they dropped, they were still $108.
105. 105 was the cheapest for those.
In the nosebleeds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But hold that thought. I will discuss that with you after the fact, but we'll talk about that then.
All right, let's get this rolling. Let's close
anyway.
it. Let's close it up, John.
I think we should close it out. All right. Any other pumpkin notes on this amazing show every year? This is a great show. I love doing this show every year. 5 beers in. Yeah, I think this is an amazing show. So, any other parting shots from either of you?
I love doing any show with Starodumsky, even if it means I have to drink pumpkin ale.
There you go.
Wow!
By the way, I have finished my
my
5th beer. There you go. All right. Sometimes when I open a 5th, I don't quite finish it until like a little while after the show, but there it is, right there.
Like a 5th of vodka, a 5th of what?
5th beer, not 5th.
Oh,
vodka.
5th beer. Actually, I think one of my favorite beers I drank on the show, I drank out of this.
I think you did.
Yeah, that was because.
Which show?
I have to give you kudos. That was
Pumpkin
amazing. I think that was really hysterically funny that you drank out of all of those vessels tonight.
But I think the Pyrex glass was my favorite.
That was fantastic. That was fantastic. I think you could have picked a couple of better ones from some of the other ones, but the Pyrex was spot on.
There was a few others I was considering.
No, the bowl was cool too because it kind of reminded me of Jackson's Beer Hunter episode in the monastery where the monks were.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yes,
that right?
John.
And with that beard, you kind of have the monk look. So yes,
there you go. But
and
I
we
think
talked
if you
about victory monkeys. So yes, it's all coming together here. Yes,
it's all coming together.
But you know the story behind this glass, right? This cup, right?
No.
Oh, so this is from Bastogne. I've actually got this in Bastogne, Belgium, and this is a World War II story where a guy went to visit. He went to find his friend who was injured. This is during the Battle of the Bulge. It's in the middle of winter, and he said, and his friend was injured. He was in the church, and he said, "Get me a drink." He said, "I'm not going to get you a drink. This whole fucking town's bombed out. So just get me a drink." So he goes through, finds this one restaurant. Goes in the back of the restaurant. He pulls one of the taps. The beer comes out, but all of the drinking vessels are destroyed. He takes his helmet off. He fills his helmet full of beer. He runs back. He gives his friend some beer. All the other guys there want some beer. He's feeding them. He's drinking. He's giving it out of the helmet. And then his friend's like, "You need to get some more." So he goes back and gets some more. And on the way back, an officer accosts him and said, "You're going to kill these guys giving them beer. Most of these have belly wounds, chest wounds, and you are out of uniform. Put your helmet on." The helmet's full of beer. So he puts the helmet on in the middle of winter. But the important part is the city of Bastogne, the 101st Airborne, is what defended that city during World War II, and they still pay them homage. One of the hugest friggin' World War II monuments you're ever going to see is just outside of Bastogne. And so we went there, and they brewed this beer called Airborne, named after.
Okay.
And they serve it in this. This cup is meant to look like a U.S. soldier's helmet. And it's a great tribute. The Belgians really, really appreciate what the Americans did for them during World War II. So I had to get this cup while I was there, knowing this story. And that particular soldier goes back to the Bastogne every friggin' year. And he is honored. Bastogne, you may have also known the story where the German officer asked them to surrender.
Nuts. Yeah.
That's the story right there.
And how apropos is that? How many times have we talked about nuts tonight, right? And
yeah, right. It goes
his
into
reply to the Germans, when asked to surrender.
And said, there is actually a restaurant there called Nuts.
Yeah, wow, that's cool.
It's called Nuts. Yeah, exactly.
It's actually called Nuts. So I had to go. I had to get this. I actually did get the beer. I drank the beer out of this cup. And I love the story behind this. So yes, I was drinking out of improper drinking vessels,
and yet not.
But this drinking vessel is quite special. Well, quite special.
It's amazing to me. We should be on PBS. That's
We
how
should.
educational this
We
show.
absolutely should be on PBS. You're not wrong.
We should be.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
On that note, Doug Smith did say, he said, it's so good to see the Chiefs lose in Kansas City last week. Yeah, it would have been, Doug, I agree with you.
It'd be great if they had 2 losses.
It would have been more amazing to see them lose in East Rutherford this past Sunday.
Yeah, I agree.
There you go.
I saw John's comments on that game on Facebook, and I'm like, fuck.
Exactly. The bar was awful quiet. Yeah, 100%. Sure. Yeah. And that cup was that cup in that story is amazing. He said.
It's one of the. I think it's one of the best beer stories.
Yeah, that's cool.
That is cool.
Out there.
You're not wrong. There you go.
I love it, and that's why I had to go to Bastogne while we were out there on our way back from. We're on our way back from Luxembourg, actually, and the problem was I wanted to drink it there at that brewery, restaurant, but you had to have a restaurant. You had to have a reservation to be there. I did not have a reservation. I didn't know this, which turned out pretty damn well for me because we wound up getting dinner at Ashoof.
That's not bad. That didn't suck.
That's not a bad backup.
Didn't suck.
Yeah, you were definitely suffering on that one.
There was zero suck in that meal.
No, zero suck.
Yeah.
What brewery was it again?
I can't remember the name of the brewery that makes this beer. I can pull it up. We'll let John do the outro, and at the end of the outro, I can bring it up for you.
No, you said
a brewery Ashoof?
Gesundheit.
I knew he was going with that. I was waiting for you to just play it.
I should have realized this was Starodumsky.
This is Starodumsky. The puns are running well. If he didn't say it, I would have. So there. Yeah.
Yes, I told my kids. So the Patriots loss was painful this week, but after the game, I told my kids that the game that was on Sunday Ticket that came on after that, the Vikings were on, and I said, you guys realize that the Vikings changed the rules, and you can no longer get a Coca-Cola over 10 ounces in their stadium. And they looked at me and like, what? And I said, yeah, all you can get there is a mini soda.
Gotta love it.
It's not easy being my kids. I'm just
all right. So on that note,
I have met your kids and one of your grandchildren, and I really like them, and I really hurt for them.
Yes, he wants to know what went wrong, but yes, or what right with them and went wrong with their father and grandfather. Yes,
and your son's got a very lush head of hair.
Yeah, unlike me, but that'll probably.
But it comes from your mother, so
that'll change over time. Yes,
we'll see.
All right, so this is myself in the middle. That's my daughter that got married in April, and then on the other side of her is my daughter that got married 3 weeks ago. And this is my son-in-law.
That's kind of a non sequitur.
I'm going somewhere with this. This is my son-in-law that got married with my older daughter. Right, there you go. Right. So in any event,
he'll be able to play Santa in about 20 years.
Right. So now when I exactly. So now I'm huge with the puns too. Not to Starodumsky's level, but I'm close. All right. And I think I'll turn Doug's comment off because it's been on for about 10 minutes now. So there you go.
3.5, but it's
3.5, but who's counting? But
I am.
The first time I met Brian, my son-in-law now, years ago, obviously, I told a dad joke, and my daughter, of course, would go, "Oh, Jesus, dad joke," right? But Brian would laugh at the joke and then tell his own dad joke, forcing my daughter to go, "Oh my God," right, like that kind of thing, right? So it's fantastic. I love the dad joke.
Your kids start to tell you dad jokes back.
That's great, 100%, John. You're spot on. But
that's the whole thing is that women tend to marry their dads.
I don't know if Brian's my dad or Corey or whatever, but yeah, there's some.
Not your dad, you.
My dad, me. I got you.
Corey's got a lot of you in him, as does your other son-in-law.
Yeah. So yeah, there's similarities.
Because I met Corey, I've not met the other.
You have not met Brian. So, but yeah, so it's fun. So there you go. So And as I've said before, I have only one child left that actually still has my last name. So there you go. He may be with me on Sunday with Brian at the Giants game. So we'll talk about that then. A couple of other comments. No,
we're done.
We're done. We said
roll it.
We will. All right.
I've got the highlighter.
On that note,
no pressure.
No pressure at all. On that note, we'll wrap up the show for today. I want to thank everybody for watching. For those of you just listening to the audio podcast, thank you for listening. Don't forget to visit our website, www.logroom.com. I'm ignoring you because you're going to try to derail me.
No,
you're a
there's
pain in the
extra
ass.
points on that, the way you did that one. So keep going.
Thank you very much. Don't forget to visit our website, www.logroom.com. Screw you. You screwed me up. Fuck you. You can't do that. You can't do that. All right, we're starting out. Here we go. Don't forget to visit our website, www.logroom.com. That's LAGRROM.com. And please remember, like us and follow us on all of our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course our YouTube channel. All of them are at The Locker Room. Remember, we go live with the video podcast on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X every Tuesday night around 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And for those of you just want to listen to the audio podcast, you can do so on our audio host, Spreaker, as well as iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Odyssey, Audible, Pandora, Amazon Music Podcast, iTunes Music, YouTube Music, TuneIn, Podcast Addict, CastBox, Deezer, Podchaser, Listen Notes, pretty much anywhere you can find an audio podcast. You will find the Locker Room Guys Craft Beer Podcast. Screw you, Dave. Anyway, for those of you who just want to listen to the audio podcast, you can do so on our audio host Spreaker. I said that already. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to one of those feeds, and you'll never miss a show again. Anyway, thanks for following along with us. I don't even care if I get a 30 on this. It's fine. There you go. Again, thanks for following along with us. Have a great rest of your week. Have a wonderful weekend. John, thank you for coming on with us. This was a great show. This was one of our better ones in this year. It's always a fantastic show.
Always fantastic.
Always a fantastic show when you come on. Oh, it should be better. It should be in the 7s. Come on, at least give me a 7.5 on that one.
Well, it should probably a 7.8 because you had 5 fucking beers. But
right there you go.
Anyway, you should not let me throw you that badly.
You threw me so bad. There you go.
He's the Russian judge doing 6.8 star.
The East German.
He was the East German judge. He wasn't a Russian judge. He was the East German judge tonight. Yes, he was.
We vote for Nadia.
Nadia. That's it. Anyway, John, again, thanks for coming. It's always an amazing show when you come on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
November 25th is the next one.
The knowledge, the experience.
Absolutely. 100%. All right. Drink a lot of beer, but drink responsibly. We will talk to you next week, folks, when we'll have an amazing show. It's an Oktoberfest kind of show, but Be United will be on. We'll talk about a bunch of imports, but Germans specifically. But we'll talk to you then. Drink a lot of beer, but drink responsibly. We'll talk to you next week, folks. Take care. Cheers.
And not for nothing, I never did turn the fan off, did I?